DJ Clutch. Kingdoms are falling, angels be calling. None of that could ever make me leave.
How do we allow a gunman to come into our children's school? How do they get through security? What security is there? There's no metal detectors. The gunman, a crazy person, just walks right into the school, knocks down the window of my child's door, and starts shooting her, and killing her. President Trump, you say, what can you do? You can stop the guns from getting into these children's hands. Put metal detectors at every entrance to the schools. What can you do? You can do a lot. This is not fair to our families, that our children go to school and have to get killed. I just spent the last 2 hours putting the burial arrangements for my daughter's funeral, who's 14. President Trump, please do something. Do something. Action! We need it now! These kids need safety now!
And we're back. Another week.
Another week, another show.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know. It was a tough week, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I guess after we heard off the top of the show, we heard the mother of the poor girl that was, oh man, I don't know what to say with this. It sucks.
It goes beyond that, and we've discussed it at length over the last couple of days. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up is you see that raw emotion of that mother who's lost her child.
Yeah.
And then you look at the politicians that are behind all the other things that are there, and they're going to do fuck all. They're going to do nothing.
I hope.
Yeah, I agree. It's what? This is the... What was the number this year alone? I think they're at something of like 20-something?
20-something.
20-something.
Mass shootings.
Mass shootings in 2018. That's like 1.5 a day.
Yeah, but you look at one of the things, and I'm looking on my social media. On my social media, you have these fucking right wing, and I keep them there because I want to keep abreast of their thinking. They have this idea that, like, no, what you need to do is literally put guns in the hands of teachers, and then these shooters won't come into the school and start shooting the fucking school up or killing the kids. Then they're also utilising this. Oh, look at fucking the way that Stalin killed so many of his people. Look at the way that Mao killed so many of his people. So if you take the guns away from the people, they can stop this happening. Fucking bullshit, complete bollocks. You look at Port Arthur in Australia.
Yeah.
Right? That was Australia's point where Australia went like, you know something? Fuck this. They legislated. How many mass shootings has there been since 1996 in Australia?
I think
zero.
I was gonna say
fucking
one.
Zero. None. Why? Let's look at the correlation there. Let's really, really look at it. And it's the same as in Dunblane, in the UK. Dunblane, a guy walks into a fucking school, kills all the kids and thinks it's in the teacher in that school. Guess what? In the UK, they literally got rid of all fucking handguns. And then I hate the fucking guy with a passion. But then Blair came in afterwards, went from John Major, and then he said, Blair turned around and said, you know something, we're even taking away the fucking single shot, the single shotguns. That's it. Done. Handguns.
Yeah.
Finish. How many mass shootings have there been in the UK since then? How many? Let's scratch our fucking heads and wonder why.
Listen.
Fuck.
I'm just a poor podcaster.
Sure.
And I have no idea. I have no idea what to. I mean, I think Brownie had the best example. I think.
What?
The graduated thing.
Yeah, like, like we do all of these, to become a police officer, you go through all of these training, and you go through like psychological training, and they find out before they hand you a badge and a gun where if you're actually able to carry that and actually uphold the law instead of just you seeing somebody and shooting up the place. Although, we have seen that side of that police too, where they see somebody and then they just fucking trigger happy, just take out a gun and shoot somebody.
There you go. You're not crawling properly enough. Bang, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, like it should be like you want to like that other video we were watching. This kid just went into a gun shop and purchased a fucking automatic rifle.
Exactly.
That's
like that is like I don't understand. Like, it's as easy as going and buying a pack of cigarettes, right? Like,
at that point, easier.
Yeah.
Well, you look at Michael Moore when he did. I can't remember the
Bowling for Columbine.
Yeah, and then he went into and they were in a bank. Yeah, they were offering.
They were giving a gun if you open up a checking account.
What the fuck is that?
Not even that. He went to the barber and got like 58 rounds of ammunition.
Yeah,
at the barber shop.
No, it's honestly just like, they have their freaking whatever the amendment it is, right to bear arms and all that crap. Like,
but if you read that, and it's having a well-regulated militia. Now, okay, as I said, and I've said on this show before, I don't have a problem with. If you believe in borders and having countries and things such as that, if you are a matter that you want to defend that territory of yours, fine. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
That's cool. But then turning around and saying there's like 340 million people in the US.
Yeah.
There's over 300 million guns. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think the guns will ever leave. Unfortunately, that's what's
it's honestly the way you want to hand somebody a gun, right? Like, I think you want to keep the guns, but just have a process where like you need to do like go for testing, not just freaking like they just do a simple background check and then give you a freaking gun.
We're not saying take the guns away. I'm completely against it. I'm sorry.
No, but that's a fair opinion. That's a fair opinion, right? But mine is get rid of the fucking guns, because if you have this particular thing, like there's that meme going around about like Jane Mansfield. She driving her car. She went underneath the back of a fucking lorry.
Yeah, and
she goes under the back of a transport. Guess what? They put bars there. Excuse me. So that could never happen again. Then there's this meme that goes down, and this is what they changed because of certain things.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, guns. No, we can't touch them.
No, there's certain things that got to be changed. Like,
I mean, if you're not going to get rid of the guns, at least make it a process where like you need to go through certain channels instead of just having a background check or just walking into a store and being able to purchase a gun. Like, just
you try and get a gun in Canada.
Oh, I know, dude.
You try and get a fucking gun here,
and
have a look what happens. No,
dude, I already know. My mom's side of the family are all hunters. I get it.
Yeah.
When my grandfather died, just to move the guns out of the house was a fucking chore. Like the brothers, my uncle split up like the guns, I guess, that were locked, like that were in my grandfather's house.
Yeah.
And like they all had to call the police, tell them what day these guns were going to be moved and the routes that they were going to be taken.
But that's how it should fucking
be. Exactly.
And all this stuff.
How many guns? And you have to give all that information just to move it from house to house.
Good.
Yeah, who's taking what gun?
Yeah, exactly.
And what route they're taking. Like the exact
because
route.
they are a lethal fucking weapon. It's as simple as that. They are lethal.
No, and
you shoot that fucking thing off, and like you look at many of the buildings in Canada, right? They're made of wood. That's it. And that bullet is not going to... A piece of wood is not really going to stop that fucking bullet.
No, and like I said, like, listen, I think the graduated thing is...
like I was saying, if you're not going to get...
I've never heard a better idea.
If
I'm not going to lie to you.
If you're not going to get rid of the guns, we all know that they're not, right? At least have a process where you need to be properly, I don't know, man, like some sort of a freaking, you need to not just freaking get a background check. You need to, go do a test. Like it's like a process to get
But
a freaking gun.
you need to be properly trained with these fucking...
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying.
Like you need to go to a place and like actually properly train on the gun that you want to buy. And also like, honestly, like a fucking psychological test.
Of course.
To see if you actually are able to own a gun. You know?
mean, but why? I seriously, and I'm doing it as I'm speaking. I put my hands on my head and I'm thinking, why do you need a fucking assault rifle? If you're gonna go out and shoot Bambi for your whatever meat you need, why do you need a fucking assault rifle?
No, I don't,
why?
You don't need it.
You don't need an assault rifle.
We both, all three of us, all agree on that. You don't need one, but the argument is going to come back that if the government ever turns over on the people, that the government's going to be more weaponed or more,
but
have a better arsenal than the
okay,
people.
sure, right,
That's the argument they're going to use.
But that's the most bullshit argument that
You know
can
it's
ever
bullshit.
be. Because you seriously, you've got a fucking bunch of guys, 5 guys who are like, oh, here we go, the government's doing all this to us and we're going to go out and we're going to do whatever. Now, guess what? They've now got to take out a fucking battalion of AR fucking, the Abrams tanks. They've got to take them out.
Well, listen, I know that. You know
And then
that.
you've got the fucking aircraft up in the... look at the Apache helicopter.
No, I know.
Right, and you're going to take it out with your... Oh, you've got your little fucking thing. Fuck off,
No,
stupid.
and listen, I know that. You know that. Brownie knows that. I really... Like I said, the graduated licensing thing, I think is great. You do your background check, your psychological test, your first year of your license... Unless you're with someone that has like X amount of years behind them with a full license, you can't even hold a gun.
And also add on to what Will said, unless it's for a certain purpose. Say say that you want to have a gun because protection, right? Right? You want to have it for protection. Then there are certain guns that you can get, like a fucking handgun, fine, but you don't need a fucking automatic assault rifle to freaking protect yourself.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's the best thing to do it, because if you go through these 3 or 4 year stages, right? If you go 4 years without an incident or whatever, and then you get to the point, by the time you should get to the 4th stage, like our license, you can't drive with something like when you get your G or your G1.
You need to have a fully G licensed person with you when you drive.
You can't even drive, and then the G2, you can't, between 12 or whatever, you can't drive. You can't drive on the 401, and then your G license, where, like, by the time you get to your G license, you either know how to drive or you're not going to be driving.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the gun, by the time you get to the 4th or 5th stage of that in graduated licenses for guns,
but that,
you should know by then
I understand.
if they're capable of carrying
I see what you're saying.
AR-15.
You make it, and that the same Carl there. You're making valid points. If you are to turn around and say, okay, I accept that there's going to be guns there. Me, personally, get fucking rid of them. Because, no, I do. I do. And because I've seen the devastation. I've seen that, like, I looked at that in Dublin, right? And then there's Port Arthur again. Those are the two that I'll use. Because in those countries, in the UK and in Australia, they got rid of the guns. And what is the response to that?
Yeah,
nothing. Bang. There's nobody fucking being killed that way.
And I get that, but my question is to you, though, is, because I'm not aware of it, are those countries in their amendments or whatever their equivalent is?
They don't
have written constitution.
No,
they don't have a right.
Bill of Rights is in Australia, but then you look in the UK, it's not a written constitution.
Yeah, but
that's the whole problem, right? Like something they wrote fucking like how many years ago, when the whole right to bear arms part, when they had a fucking gun that shoots one fucking bullet and takes 30 minutes to reload. See somebody go to a fucking school and shoot up the place with one of those guns.
It's not going to happen.
It's not. But like, you know what though? It's another thing where like, it was like, this is like, when you're saying ban guns, it's just like, as we evolve, like the weapons we have also evolve with us.
Of course.
And so, certain regulations and rules you put way back in the day need to be adjusted.
But they did,
Yeah, 'cause
I see the argument where they're turning around and say, okay, we've amended the Constitution of the United States, which they have obviously, right? Depending on whatever, even if you look at it, they amended it when it came down to abortion, right?
Yeah.
They can amend it, they can do this, they can do whatever, and all of a sudden, as soon as anything mentions when it comes down to fucking guns, no bastard way are we going to do this. And you even saw Obama when he was in office, right? And it came back to bite him in the fucking ass in no uncertain terms, right? He turned around and he said you could have a bump stock. Yeah. So it turning that AR-15, which is supposed to be a semi-automatic weapon, it can then turn that into an automatic weapon.
Yeah. It can turn most guns into an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? And really? Let's have a fucking think about this, shall we?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, but see, that's hindsight. And in hindsight, everybody's got 20/20 vision.
I don't think.
I really don't think Obama had in mind that some guy was going to open fire on a country music festival.
Maybe not, but he should have. He's supposed to be this bastard, really, really intelligent guy, so he's not going to see that. He's not going to see. One of his advisors are not going to turn around and say, "Oh, but this may happen."
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. Like, see, maybe, like I said, I consider myself a right wing, but I like to think of myself almost in the center because I'll listen to other people's arguments, and I'm thinking maybe Obama would have been like, you know what? Let's make a compromise. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't want the AR-15s going around, but this bump stop thing, okay, well, it kind of does what an AR-15 does. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but you can put a 30 clip in 30 mag clip in there, right? And it will fucking do it all. Bang, 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 done.
Oh, I know.
How many people can you kill with that?
Yeah.
If you got a good aim, 30 people. I mean,
There you go.
I mean, fuck, you can turn it into a fucking Glock into a semi-automatic, so...
Like, no.
No, I know. The problem is that I don't know who started the brainwashing on this, like, the amendment thing.
You go back...
But the Americans love their fucking... That amendment.
They really don't care much about the rest of it either. It's mainly the whole right to bear arms crap.
Yeah.
It's just like, we just like our guns.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
But I was reading a study on how violent the US is, and then when you demonize certain aspects and certain populations within your general population, and you're demonizing the black people, you're demonizing Hispanics, you're demonizing anybody else that's not Caucasian.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And it's there all the time, and you see it, and it's like a constant thing. Like, they honestly believe that they can just, let's go fucking kill this guy. And then you look at that, is it Zimmerman, the one that, I can't remember his name.
Oh, the guy who killed...
yeah, he just fucking shot him. Bang. Done.
He's wearing a hoodie.
Yeah. Really?
Listen, there's a lot of stupid people in the States. I'm sorry for our American listeners, but there's a lot of people that you guys are fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's nuts because you're defending owning weapons because you don't want the government to become so powerful. But yet, you look at the United States military en masse, and you see how fucking big that military is. And you think because you've got some fucking pop guns that you're going to make a one bit of fucking difference? Fuck off.
You see, I think there's more to the fucking problem than just the guns. Like, there's a lot of more like there's like when we heard that, like, an 18-year-old can go buy an AR-15, but
can't buy a handgun.
He can't buy a handgun.
You can't buy a handgun until you're 21.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
No, seriously.
That doesn't even make sense to me. I don't know. But there's other things too. Like, even when we were watching the thing with the lawyer, the whole bully did this and that, and I'm like, listen.
Well, as I said to you, that what they're trying to do now is they're trying to humanize that guy.
No, and I get that, and I understand that. But what I'm saying though is now we've raised these kids into a culture, right? Where, like, listen, I'm pretty sure back in my day, Cal's day, in your day, you had a bully. What did you do to the bully?
In my day?
Yeah, you punched him right in the fucking mouth.
Punched him right in the fucking mouth.
And that was the end of it.
Yeah. Done.
And now it's gotten to the point where, like,
You can't turn around to me and start doing that fucking lily liberal fucking bullshit. No, don't do that.
What?
Well, turning around, like, they're now using the excuse because he couldn't have his fucking ass cracked or whatever. Then it's a matter of no, you've got to give him participation trophies and shit. It's like,
I think that's part of the problem. I mean, listen. You heard the kids. You heard the kids in the interview. They all knew he was going to do this. They all knew. Everyone.
And they reported it. Who is at fault there?
But wait, hold on. At that point, whoever sent in that tip to the FBI is I fall for that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, though, is they all said that they wanted to say something at the school. I've heard multiple interviews, and if I'm wrong, please correct me.
Yeah.
They all said that they tried to go to the school at first, and we're told to leave him alone, and people would, like, categorize him as, like, a racist because his last name was Spanish. You're just bugging him because he's a Spanish kid, which still doesn't make sense because he was.
But there's like evidence in social media that he's going to commit this fucking massive crime.
I know, apparently the school was coming down on those kids and saying you can't say this about him. You can't say that he's nuts.
Okay, so I know what they're saying though. This is what they're saying. You can't arrest somebody before they commit the crime.
No, but they were like putting the stigma on the other kids, the normal kids. Listen, back in my day, if the kid's nuts, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, teach this fucking kid's nuts."
Yeah, but you can't turn around to just an ordinary kid and just turn around and say like, "You're fucking nuts." You've got to have some sort of civil respect for people. I agree with that. Most definitely, I agree with that. But if somebody has a genuine mental illness, they need help.
Yeah.
And if you as a person have a suspect,
if you turn 10 kids away and scold them because they said, "Listen, this guy needs help and he's nuts."
I mean, especially with like all the stuff that he put on social media, right?
Yeah.
There's some sort of evidence there. I mean, this kid, like somebody needs to like talk to this kid. I mean, honestly, if that would have happened, not like fucking just surround him and then just treat him like a criminal, but like actually just fucking.
But that comes down to what we have discussed before. You've got to look at how much money you're willing to invest in schools so that can happen. Because they can't turn around and say, "Okay, I'm going to take away my books budget and say, right, let's give this to a fucking psychologist."
But what I'm saying though is it's not even that. What I'm saying is the problem started right at the beginning, without even asking about money. Money's not even the issue at this point. If I'm a principal of a school, okay, I get 10 kids come to me and say, "Listen, I don't know, Thomas over there, the kid's not all there. Like he listen, like we've tried to integrate him, whatever. I don't know, maybe I'm completely off here.
But where I will agree with you on this particular thing, right, is where we say in the category of political correctness has gone fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Because it has. Because then that principal is turning around and saying, no, I can't turn around to say little fucking Johnny's whatever or call his parents in because they're going to sue the fucking school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
now,
the problem.
That's where we have to be. As a society, we have to move away from that.
Exactly. That's
it's
my point.
how these people think. It's like fuck off. You and I, right? Anybody that's listening knows that I'm real fucking left wing. I truly am.
Yeah.
But the thing with that is, if somebody's going to turn around to me and say, "Excuse me, I think your child, whatever," if you don't have the ability to have that discourse because you're thinking to yourself, I daren't say that, then you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we get to the stage, even in like these mass shootings that are constant in the United States of America, right? And it is a constant thing, but you're not allowed to say anything.
I think that's the biggest problem. I truly believe that's the biggest problem, because if that principal or the teacher were to be able to act like I said, if 10 kids went up to the teacher and said, "Listen, Johnny over there is a little nut.
If they could then go to a medical professional and say, okay, this is what happened.
Dude, it happened to me when I was a kid.
I don't know what you mean.
They thought I was crazy.
They're not wrong.
Well, yeah, but not crazy enough to go shoot up the school.
No, I get that.
But I remember vividly, like I didn't know it at the time, but now, looking back, I was like, these guys were checking to see if I was fucking crazy or not.
Yeah.
Where like I go into a room and there's like, some lady who wants to talk to me and get to know me, wants to be my friend, like.
But that's how it should be.
Exactly. So when did that fucking stop? And then all of a sudden, like,
I don't
I'm
fucking
sorry,
know.
We can't talk about Jimmy and his fucking nutcase problems. So what if he's talking to the air?
Don't know. I don't know. You'd have to.
That's even before the money. Where it needs to fix. Because if the one common thing about all these mass shootings, the one common thing was the kid was nuts, and nobody was allowed to say nothing.
Well, they have a mental illness. Okay, then then they need help.
No, I'm not denying the help. What I'm saying is the culture that we're not allowed to say this because it's politically incorrect. Columbine.
It's perceived that way. It's perceived. This is my argument when the PC argument comes up. My debate on that isn't what political correctness is all about. What it is about is open up the dialogue, but not using abusive language.
Yeah.
No.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mentally disturbed. But I mean, I'm almost.
No, don't change yourself. Don't change yourself with me because of that.
No.
What I'm saying
is
is like PC or everybody, or not everybody, but you get this significant amount of people, especially on the right, who turn around and say, "Okay, we can't say what we want to say because of political correctness." When it comes down to, which we'll bring up the Nazi thing very, very shortly, but when it comes down to saying things in an abusive manner when you're trying to have discourse, yes, that's wrong. Completely and utterly wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. What you should be doing is having a fucking civil conversation about a problem that is there or is arising, which comes down to these kids.
Yeah.
When they go into schools and they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and they're going to shoot up the place. If they're putting that on social media and these kids are going up and saying, "Wait a fucking second." Like there was another little girl, she I can't remember her age, I think she was about 10, 11 or something like that. People were noting that she was saying she's going to bring a gun to school and shoot people up. And guess what? She was fucking arrested.
Oh, exactly.
Very, very, very short. Now, what happened with this guy? We don't know as yet. But we heard the interview. The lawyer's telling us that he was taken into this house. His mum had died. He'd done this and done that, and he was depressed. And the report you heard something, as I said, completely different to what I did. What I heard.
Well, I mean,
you heard the reporter attacking him. I'm not saying that. And what I'm saying is, I heard him fucking humanising the guy. The guy went into a fucking school and shot kids, some in the fucking face, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm seeing it different because it doesn't matter how much you humanize him; he's an animal. To me, anyways. So it doesn't matter what that fucking guy says to me. I don't care.
Yeah, but the lawyer.
I can look at it differently and be like, okay, listen, you've already asked the same question 3 times. He's telling you he can't answer it that way. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying, like, okay, it looks like she's trying to kind of argue it, and maybe it's.
But she's being a reporter.
No, exactly. But I mean, after the 3rd time, okay, get on with the next question. I would be saying that because to me, it doesn't matter how much you humanize him.
But it does in court.
I don't care if he was sexually abused. His mom died. His dad died.
It does matter in court.
Yeah, it does massively.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying from my point of view because you're like, oh, I don't know. It made it sound like she was like you. To you, it looked like the reporter was attacking him. To me, yeah, it did because to me, the whole side story of what happened to him, I don't give a fuck.
To a degree, I have to agree with you. I don't care. But what happened was that guy took a fucking AR-15 and how much it ever. Apparently, he had more ammunition.
He had more ammunition with him.
He had
So
more.
What the fucking kind of carnage would there have been if nobody had fucking stopped?
Yeah.
See, that's the other problem. There's certain places in the States that you should not be able to buy ammunition and guns. Going back to the thing of, like Bowling for Columbine. You shouldn't be going to the bank to open up a bank
No.
account and getting a gun.
No.
A toaster, maybe.
Yeah. Sure, that's fine.
You know?
How many kids are you going to kill with a fucking toaster?
Unless you're going to throw it into their bathtub.
Yeah, well,
right?
okay, yeah.
Right? And you shouldn't be able to go get a haircut
And buy ammunition.
and buy 300 rounds of ammunition
Yeah.
and no one question the fucking thing.
No.
I mean, at that point, that's when the president needs to, or whoever, needs to sit down and be like, okay, you know what, guys? Either we're going to have only gun stores, or if you want to sell them in Walmart, this is really, you can only buy the bullets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole lot of different problems that need to be addressed.
A vast amount of problems, I
Yeah.
agree. But then when it comes, if you're going to stick with it, which I, again, will say, I totally and utterly disagree with just keeping that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is, if you're going to do that, and this includes me, then really, you have a background check, and then when they turn around to you and say, you know something, we don't think that you're right for owning a weapon, okay.
I completely agree with you. Because, listen, I'll tell you the first. I am not mentally capable of holding a gun. When my grandfather died, they asked me if I wanted one of his rifles. I was like, no fucking way.
No.
Because I knew the first person that fucking pisses me off, I'm popping them in the head.
Yeah, well, then obviously you don't.
No,
No.
there is no way in any form I should be able.
Would I like to go to a range and fire off a few rounds? I honestly, and my honest answer to that is yes, I would. I would like to feel what it'd be like to fire off a few rounds.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's part of my bucket list that's been crossed off. That's okay. But that's going to a range, and that's being trained how to fucking use that weapon before I can fucking do anything.
I agree. We should all go.
Should it go out of that booth? No. I wouldn't fucking do that. I want to put it down properly, and that's it. Done. Fired off. Bucket list. Tick.
I don't even, honestly, bro. As much as I eat meat, I can't even shoot an animal. I don't even think I shoot an animal. I'd rather shoot a human before I shoot an animal. Like,
no.
Oh my God! Let me tell you, man. Okay, this was a few weeks back. I cooked lobster.
Oh,
right.
Fuck. Okay.
And
screaming.
Oh my God, dude! I didn't like. Okay, so I watched a video.
You know they're not screaming, right?
Unlike how to actually humanely kill the lobster before you boil them. Don't just throw in the fucking live lobster.
That's disgusting.
Right? And it was like one of those Gordon Ramsay videos. He's like, okay, this is how you actually properly kill it before you boil the lobster. And so I got the cutting board. I took the lobster. I got the knife to his head. Right? You're supposed to go down and you're supposed to go straight down and cut the head, right, in half. And I freaking, as I was doing it, this thing just started wiggling. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I accidentally hit a fucking squirrel once driving on, and I swerved, but I still hit the fucking thing because it changed direction.
Yeah.
And I hit it, and I felt even now. When I'm talking about it, I feel guilty about hitting
my
that.
God.
Dude,
I feel horrible about the lobster.
Killing another human being, fuck no.
But you know they're not screaming in when you put them in the thing, right?
Well, no, but like I'd rather not boil it live. I'd rather actually properly kill it.
No, I know, but it still makes the same noise.
What?
That squealing noise.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's the lobster is screaming, but it's not. It's the air pressure coming from the meat as like the meat's cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's the thing. Like,
coming through
it's just
its shell.
It's just again like with like if you're gonna like whatever you're gonna eat, right? Like you gotta put down whatever you eat. Like you gotta do it as humanely as you can. Like lobster, crab, whatever. I honestly rather not throw it in a boiling pot of water.
It's kind of funny though how our society's like. I feel bad for hitting a squirrel with my car, but I'll hit that person with my car. I don't give a fuck.
Oh no, fuck no, no. But I mean, you look in Canada, North America in general, right? There is this hunting culture, and I get that. Now, what I've noticed in Canada is how the protagonists, when it comes down to like, oh yeah, we need some like US laws coming into Canada and we can have this, that and the other. They've shut their fucking mouths right up in Canada now. They're like staying well away with it.
No, that
it's like, oh no, let's not do this because the American culture, the Canadian culture is that sure, okay, you can hunt, you can take your long gun, you can go out there, you have hunting season. And it's like, whoa. When I lived in New Brunswick, right, there, the police literally turned round this carload of Americans, and they were like, why? You're bringing fucking assault rifles into Canada for hunting moose? Fuck off. Go back. And that's they like, go away. Why would you want an assault rifle to shoot a fucking moose?
I have no idea. Well, a moose is a moose, but...
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Riddle it with fucking bullets?
No, listen, you're talking, when it comes to stuff like that, you're talking to the choir here, man, because...
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I would like people to reply on the Facebook page or whatever what their feelings are, how they feel. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we can't listen to them now, but let's hear what you've got to say. I mean, I had one guy post to me, the fucking Sun. I was like, why are you fucking quoting the Sun? It's like
publication.
It's fucking Murdoch. I'm not talking about the Toronto Sun. I'm talking about the Sun in the UK, which is it's a Murdoch right-wing propaganda piece of fucking shit. And then he's telling me, like, look at the knife crimes. How knife crimes have gone through the roof in the United Kingdom. Really? You want to use that in a gun argument? Get close. We can go back to your story about the guy who got fucking knifed underneath the arm. You've got to get up close and fucking personal.
Yeah.
And you're turning around to me that somebody isn't going to tackle you before you kill the fucking 30th person.
Hey, listen, if somebody's gonna come at me with a knife and fucking that's me, to me, I will fight you off.
Of course.
Like if your intention is to fucking stab me and kill me, I will fucking fight you off.
Yeah,
hey, listen, my career was bouncing. I've been shot at twice. I ran like a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when shooting happens, yeah.
So, huh?
That's perfectly natural. Why wouldn't you? I'd run like fuck.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, anybody who says they didn't run.
But these kids, the thing is, these kids are in fucking school, and that guy smashed the window and he's just started bang, 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 bang. I mean, the same with that with the mother in that interview. It's like, that's it. 14-year-old kid, gone. How do you fucking deal with that? I'm a father, and I think when it comes down to my kids, somebody does that, and I'm wholeheartedly against the death penalty, completely and utterly against it. But even that would push me to the absolute limit.
Well, I hope that Florida has a death penalty, and I hope he gets it.
I don't believe in state murder. I mean, murder's murder, whichever way you look at it.
After 17 kids, fuck it, pull the tree. He's not coming. Why waste the money?
But that brings it all down to economics. That isn't a rehabilitation program.
Unless you have my theory about pedophiles will add mass murderers in there, fuck it. Because I think I only have the foolproof plan. That's it. That saves us money.
But it isn't that. We're talking about human beings here. We're not talking. Even though he's done what he's done.
At that point, they're not humans. I'm sorry. At that point, they're not humans. To me, they're not. There's no way. I wouldn't even address him as a human being. I'm sorry. I can't. Maybe I'm a little cruel. I get it, but I can't. If you're a pedophile, you're gonna shoot up a school. You're gonna hurt a bunch of innocent kids. I just can't. I can't look at you as a human being. To me, the most precious things in this world are children. And I can't. I will not stand up for it in any way. I just can't. And I think in a situation like that, pull the trigger. We don't even need to go to court. You don't need it. Why waste all this money? Just walk him up to the electric chair. Done. We don't have to worry about him again.
No.
Instead of him rotting in jail, and every 10 or 20 years, he's going to come up for parole. We got to waste all this money and all this hoopla about he was the guy that killed 17 kids. Does he deserve to come out because now he's old? No, he's done.
He's rehabilitated. But that's what the system should be about: rehabilitation, not about just simple punishment. You may as well go back to the fucking Victorian era and say, okay,
well, if I had my choice,
if you had really, you'd put fucking kids in prison just for being poor.
Oh, not kids. No.
You've got poor law. You've got all these various different things where you're turning around and saying, like, okay, you can't afford your debt, so now you've got to go to fucking prison.
No, I'm talking about.
Fuck off.
I'm talking about like these mass murder. Like to me, listen, you caught. This is the first one I've ever heard that they actually caught. Most of them they kill them right away, anyways,
They're usually off themselves.
or
Yeah.
off themselves.
Yeah.
You got Columbine, Sandy Hook. Those are the two that come to mind. The movie theater.
Yeah.
The one in Canada.
No,
too,
they
the
caught
Montreal
him,
one.
the movie theater guy.
Mark,
Moved it-
Mark Lepine was killed by the teacher, by the police too. I remember that in '89.
But how many? I mean, I don't know the history behind it, but in Canada itself, how many mass shootings have
I
there
think
been?
there's two.
There
Two
was
that I can
there was a
remember.
one in Quebec.
Yeah, Mark Lepine was 1989. Who went to the Equal Tech.
Was that in '89? Because I remember
89
there was.
or 90.
I remember there was one like when I was living here that happened.
Yeah, it was 89 or 90. I'm almost
Well,
certain.
that's
I
not
can
when I was
check.
living here, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Google Mark Lepine, and it'll tell you. And then the second one was Saskatchewan, where the kid walked in. I don't know if he had an AR-15, but I highly doubt that it was Canada. But he walked into school and he shot a bunch of kids. That's got to be like 5 or 6 years ago now.
Really?
Yeah.
That recent?
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was a school shooting like that. It's got to be 5 or 6 years ago. Plus, there's the Jordan kid, Jordan Manners.
Oh, I'd have to read about it.
The Jordan Manners one was in Toronto, but it was just him, though. They found a gun in his mom's house. And he took it to school and was showing his buddy, and they dropped it and shot him.
Okay.
It's like they went to the bathroom.
But that's not a mass shooting. That's just
I'm
that's an
talking as far as
incident. Yeah.
school shootings in Canada. Those are the three that I remember the most.
But I think one of the problems that you've got to look as well is the amount of guns that are siphoned off into Mexico, and a lot of guns are siphoned off, especially into large cities like Toronto.
yeah,
And they're used in crime and in whatever. And I mean that fucking argument that if you take it, the crime statistics will change in such a way, blah 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 blah. If only the police have guns and da 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 da. It's like fuck you. That's stupid.
Listen, the criminals are going to get the guns no matter what. I mean,
But they do. I mean, even in the UK, the island that is the United Kingdom, right? They have guns.
Yeah.
The police don't have fucking guns.
okay. I was thinking about the Dawson College shooting in 2006 in Montreal. 2 people died.
2. Okay.
Okay.
It's like all of like mass shootings.
Which is over 4. They classify it as over 4.
Yeah, it's like all the mass shootings like so far like that Canada had ever had since 1689. The most deaths is 72. The one in 1689. Rest is there are few like there's 72 in Bluebird Cafe fire.
Fire? Yeah,
That's a stupid freaking list. It's like freaking they put together like
Mass
whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, so I don't even remember Dawson. I don't even remember that one. I remember Mark Lepine. He walked in because I think he was one of those fucking weirdos that like. They was a what?
No, it's just the terminology you use. I like with this fucking weirdo.
That's what he was. I even remember the report. That's what they said.
Okay.
Even as a child. See, that's how things have changed. I legitimately remember the report on City TV after it happened. I remember sitting at 6 o'clock news, and he said, "Can you describe Mark Lepine?" He was a fucking weirdo, and he walked into school and he killed a bunch of women. That was what the reporter had said.
Okay.
He was a weirdo that walked into a school.
Sure. Okay.
It was a college because he was a virgin. He couldn't get some fucking broad to fuck him, so he got mad and went to a school and shot everybody.
Hence legalized prostitution.
Maybe. I get that's a whole different argument for itself. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to sell your pussy, go right ahead. I don't.
Yeah, that's my view.
I'm not here to judge.
No.
Do what you want.
My name's Domenic, not Jesus. Like I don't
Like you want to pay the bills. You want to pay the bills
Do
and
the
fucking rent.
fucking
Like
shit,
if that's all you can do.
If it's
go
going to
do
save
it.
me some tax money, go right ahead.
Oh God.
What?
How's it? What save you tax money? What do you mean?
Think about it. Those are like. Listen, if I can get 5 hoes off the fucking welfare train to sell their punani, then why the fuck not?
I can.
That's how you're getting your tax
Really?
money back. getting some 5 hoes that's on welfare. That's how you want to get your tax money back.
Hey, listen, I'm just. It's true though. I mean, listen, I might not see that money back.
Well,
but
I think
at least in my head, it's being used for something else.
I think the law in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the law in Canada is
It's a gray area.
Prostitution is legal.
If you do it at your house,
You can sell, but the guy that's paying for it, he can be
no, you can do it at
arrested.
your house now.
Oh, okay, then fair enough.
As long as you're not on the corner soliciting.
On the road.
Yeah,
if
that's
it's,
why I
if
had.
it's run by your like inside of a
That's
like
why.
a house.
That's why I have my idea for my app.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, I'm not saying it on the air. I don't want anybody to steal it.
Oh, somebody's probably already done it.
No. I've checked. And it's $1 million idea.
It's not
Excuse
horrible.
me.
Yeah.
Definitely not a horrible idea.
No.
I've heard bad ideas before, and this is not really that.
Okay.
Well,
that bad.
I've had some terrible ideas to make money.
I can believe that.
This one, dude, honestly, this app that I have an idea for is so good, we can make millions without even fucking letting it go live. That's how good it'll be.
Okay.
Which I'll discuss.
Yeah, when we're off. When we're off.
But because they recently
How much money is it going to cost?
to make it?
Yeah.
Not much at all.
How much?
I don't think at all. I have most of it already saved.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I'd fucking lend you some.
Dude, all we need is I need one tight designer because there's certain copyright infringements that I don't want to go through. That I'm
Well, you'd have to look at that anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, like the copyright infringements is like, I'll explain everything, but there's certain copyrights that I can't. I have to make them similar but not the same, and there's got to be certain things that need to be changed. But going back to what I was saying, though, now what were we talking about?
You're talking about spending your tax money on hookers.
Yeah, no, listen, I know I'm not going to see the money back. I'm sure the government will go do something else, but in my head, if I can get 5 hoes off the fucking welfare train and sell their pussy, go right ahead.
No, the only thing that the government do is give fucking tax cuts to corporations. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly why we've got patients now, literally in the fucking manager's office, because they don't have enough room, and they keep saying, "Oh no, utilize your money more effectively." I think that's the new terminology, effectively.
Well,
sure.
The thing that gets me, the one that makes me fucking smile is like when we go on the highway, right? We go to that place in Ajax where he makes all that money on those fucking magic cards.
Oh, fuck yeah. I couldn't believe when you fucking showed me that.
Yeah, I was showing him the racket.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, you want to invest? I'm giving them some money this week or next.
Jesus, fuck
Yeah,
me.
I spent this Friday, like yesterday, I made $375 and I spent like $120.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I go, how much are you gonna make? He goes, probably around 300. I'll be lucky if I get 300. And he said he spent what, 175? He said?
No, about 120.
Oh, so 120. I'm like, okay, well that's a good return.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm watching the guy. No, this one goes over here. This one goes here. And he starts calculating. I'm like, that's fucking $380.
But just imagine if this poor fucking shooter, right? If he was brought into something like that, how would that change his mindset? Do you know what I mean?
You know what? From what I notice, going to this card shop, and
honestly, that kind of said that those kind of hobbies would really.
I think he wouldn't be shooting up the school. Listen. I'm going to admit, as much as I hate to regret it, I was a bully.
Okay.
You know,
you've said that before.
I regret it. It was wrong. I wish I could call some of the kids that I fucking beat the shit out of.
Well, you can.
I can't find them. I've tried.
Oh, okay.
They're not even on Facebook.
Okay.
And I wish I could fucking say, listen, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to lock you in the locker.
Yeah, but the thing is that even you feeling that way, genuinely feeling that way, is it's like a self.
It shows growth, right?
Yeah,
It shows growth, right?
Well,
like,
yeah.
I appreciate that, but like, I know, like, from what I noticed, like, if I was in high school, those kids that hang out there,
yeah,
they'll probably be the same kids I would probably try to beat up. And I do think that if that kid who did the school shooting, or any of these kids, would have found a spot where they could be themselves over there and accepted, it would have been over there and they wouldn't have the school shooting.
Now, there you fucking go. That's the whole thing. That's one of my philosophies.
And I believe that.
Being on the left and being this fucking lily-livered whatever you call it. The thing
Well,
is,
I call you a pinko commie bastard.
okay,
but
well, that's fair enough. I accept that. But being able to be yourself for those reasons of being yourself is one of the greatest outlets going.
Oh no, dude! I am not denying that. Like, you can be yourself. I'm all for it. I've never. I don't think I've ever said "fuck you." Don't be yourself.
No, you haven't.
If that was the case, you wouldn't be sitting here with us.
Well, no,
you?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't have that conversation.
and the
with
thing is too, it's just like, if a lot of people that I know, like some people personally, like playing Magic, it's kind of they're kind of a get away from things, right? Just to be around kind of like-minded people, that kind of gets you too. Because some of these guys, I mean, they're weird. There's some weird kids. I'm not saying they're like weird as in like they're gonna go fucking shoot up a school if they don't play the game. I'm just saying they're just
like, there's one. Like, listen, I'm not trying to make fun of it. If Mark hears this, I'm not trying to make fun of his clientele or anything. There's one or two kids that, like, I can't tell if they're men or women.
Well, they're.
Why does that matter?
Well, they're.
It doesn't fucking matter. I'm just saying. Like, that's,
Yeah, but why would you have to say that though?
What do you mean?
Why would you have to just actually pick that two up and say it? Like, you know,
because I'm looking from the old Dominic's perspective of being a bully.
Yeah.
All right, and the old perspective of Domenic being a bully is like, I'm gonna pick on something that, you know.
It's not really an old perspective though. Like, you kind of do that now. When you're driving around, you just like pick up, see somebody, and you do that now.
It's fucking true.
You do that now.
No, but I'm not ruthless. I would have been relentless. Like, if those kids, God forbid, were in my age range,
Yeah.
and in my class, they would have gone that relentlessly for fucking days and months and years.
So you've grown as an individual out of that.
Oh, dude, listen.
But then you still ask the same thing. Like, what this whole argument about gender, right? What the fuck? Why are we having this big debate about it? Who gives a flying fuck? Who fucking cares? Unless you genuinely care. You're saying that, oh, you can't you can't put your own gender. You can't put your own gender out there. And you're saying, what does it fucking matter? Why do I have to genderify myself? It doesn't matter. Who cares?
No, listen.
If you're trans, you're trans. If you're not, you're not. Who gives a shit?
Dude, I don't care what you do. You want to chop your dick off? You want to add a dick? You want to fucking put another one on? You know.
But if that's the truth, if what you're saying now is the truth,
my only problem is, don't tell me that I have to call you that.
What do you mean?
I don't understand that.
Listen, I'm more of a
somebody.
I'm a literal person. If a scientist comes and tells me, listen, there's 3 genders, then I'll say, okay, there's 3.
Okay, yeah, but how about this? We got this guy that's going through the transition, right? So they're going through the transition to become a woman, right? And so now they have changed their name. Then, you know, they're going through all the medical procedures and everything. Yeah. Now, as a person, you, Domenic, how would you address that person?
Was he a boy before and now he's a woman?
They're transitioning.
Oh, in the middle of transitioning?
Yeah. And
they've changed. Like Thing's brother. Bootleg's boyfriend. What the fuck's his name now?
Don't know.
Ryan.
Okay.
You know Bootleg Megan.
Yeah.
her boyfriend, her brother, was a sister.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? As far as I'm concerned, listen, out of respect, you want to be a boy, I'll call you a boy. Right? But in my head, you're just a girl that wanted to be a boy. Like, listen, you want to be a boy, be a boy. Like, you want to act like a boy, you want to, do all the boy things. Hey, listen, how you do your life is how you do your life. If that makes you happy, you go right ahead. For me, as far as I'm concerned, you're a woman that wants to be a boy. It's not that hard. I mean, I don't think I'm being wrong. Am I?
But I mean, if somebody
change your name,
when you're
change your name to Mark.
yeah, but when you're turning around and saying like you do those two specific genders that you did, to me, when somebody's saying I identify as such and such and
That's
such
fine.
and such, exactly. But that's what I mean. But you're not saying that. What you're doing is you're saying, don't tell me what gender you are. But that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying, I identify as this, or this, or this, or this. That's fine.
No, I think, to me, there's a difference between being respectful and then being an idiot about it. If Ryan's brother comes up to me and says, I can't remember what her name was, and I'm almost certain that her name now is Marcus.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But if she introduces herself to me as Marcus, or he, okay, and I continually call her by her the woman, like his woman name, that's not only being disrespectful. I'm actually like, you know what I mean, like throwing salt in the wound. Listen, I get it. You want to be. Will it make me happy? Will it make you happy to call you Marcus? Yes. Okay, Marcus, here you go. You have a good time. Especially, I take pride, especially working at the Mustache Club, that I don't give a fuck what you are. You're here to have a good time. Let's have a party. Let's go. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
But in my head, as far as I'm concerned, you're just a woman wanting to be a boy.
So you haven't got, I'm trying to see where you are, but the acceptance level is okay, but then when it comes down to the transition from where you are to where you wish to be, or where you feel that you should be, or where you really truthfully are, you're having a difficult time with that, and I can't see why that's a problem. I can't see it.
It's just weird. To me, like, I'm more of like a literal textbook type of guy, okay? This is a cup, that's a bottle. You know what I mean?
Very black and white, as it were.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm a black and white guy. Now, if a scientist comes and says, there's 400 genders, here's the proof of every one of them, right? Okay, I'll accept it.
But where you're a black and white guy, right?
Which is weird because I'm a Catholic. I get it too. I mean,
when the way that I am is, it goes from extremely light grey to all the way to extremely dark grey. There's just this spectrum of people, and I think if somebody wants to identify to you as a general you, not you as a person.
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to identify as a specific thing, then I'm ready to accept that. That's no problem.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm not there yet. Will I? Maybe. Was I homophobe? Yeah. I'll be first to admit it.
Yeah.
I've talked to you about that. My friend Nathan, I didn't talk to him for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he was afraid to come out of the closet to me. I didn't know.
Which is a symptom of a bad society.
Well, no, but I mean, I didn't help it either. Looking back,
okay, right.
Listen, my reputation of saying whatever the fuck I want has preceded myself for years.
Okay.
Everybody knew Nathan was gay, and I didn't know. And
he was a good friend of yours?
oh, we hung out all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, it was ridiculous. And the bitches he was fucking, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But apparently they weren't fucking. They were exchanging makeup tips.
Mm.
The whole time, it was a big cover. I didn't know.
Okay.
Like, hold
So
on.
how did
he
how
could
did
have
he
been
come out?
fucking them.
Yeah.
No,
right.
no. He
They're
fucked.
clo-
No.
they're-
Dude, he told me years later. He told me years later. It was like he fucked a couple, didn't like them, and then the last couple that I seen him with were like legitimate decoys. Like the girl knew he was gay,
Yeah, okay.
so they they made it look like they were fucking, but they weren't fucking.
Okay.
Excuse me. But and I'm quite embarrassed by this. I've always said I was embarrassed, but after, in hindsight, so they would always be like, "Hey Dom, so what would happen if your friend came out of the closet and Nathan's standing right there? I didn't know."
Hmm.
I'd be like, "I'd hang him back in there."
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then one day, he just disappeared, and I was just like, "What the fuck's his problem?" Like, I'd pull into the coffee shop, he'd take off.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't answer my phone calls, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And after a while, I just gave up, and I was like, "Fuck you! You don't want to be my friend. Whatever I did to him, fuck you."
Yeah.
It was about 6 or 7 months later, downstairs in his house in the basement, and my brother comes and he's like, "Hey, guess who I saw today?" And I'm like, "Who?" And he goes, "Oh, I saw Nathan."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the fuck did that cocksucker want?" My brother's like, "Funny you should say that." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" He goes, "Do you know why he hasn't talked to you?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know." And at this point, I don't even care anymore. And he goes, "Domenic, he's gay." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here, man. He's not gay." He goes, "Yeah, and he's afraid that if he comes out of the closet, you're going to hang him back in there."
There you go. The strength of words.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's when it hit me. I was just like, okay, well, the earth didn't blow up. My friend's gay. It's not a big deal, I guess.
No, who gives a
Yeah.
fuck?
Right? And then I went out, and, I had dinner with them and stuff like that. And then I forgot they were gay, actually. Like, we heard where his boyfriend was, like, fucking talking about hockey and shit, and I was like,
Yeah, what do you think gay people do? Like they're like all like fucking fruity and fucking shit. You don't think people fucking like sports?
hey, listen, I'm in,
Like you have this, you my friend at that point in time had this really small view where
Oh, I was never minded.
where you did not think like gay people like sports or
oh, no, my
eat food.
my
Fucking nuts, like.
Like my view of gay people were like, "Hello, how are you?" and all that stuff, like all flamboyant, like Jerry Springer gay. that was like what I thought. I was like,
Holy fuck.
stay away from me, bro. Like, you want to fuck someone in the ass, just stay away from me. Like, I would never. Like this is exactly what my view was. Like the over flamboyant, like ew, hockey.
But what does it matter, even if they are? That's.
Well, no, now it doesn't bother me.
I mean,
No,
the-
that's another thing too,
like
right?
even Megan's roommate there,
What, my roommate? Yeah, Sean.
Sean. Yeah, he's your roommate too. I keep forgetting that you live there too.
Yeah, Sean's gay.
No, I know, but you can tell he's like that flamboyant.
Yeah, he's a little, yeah.
He's got the gay accent. It doesn't bother me now.
Got the gay accent.
What?
That's a fucking. Oh, whatever.
They all talk like that. Even Bobby talks that way. Bobby talks that way. What's his name again?
Sean.
Sean talks that way. Nathan's boyfriend talks that way. Fucking, like, they have this, like, hello, and you never noticed it?
No, I haven't, because I disregard that. It's just nothing to me.
I
It's
disregard it now, too, but...
I mean, Bobby is one of my. It's seriously one of my best friends.
Oh, I love Bobby.
Love him to
I
fucking
love
death.
Bobby to death.
And
I
I don't hear that. I just don't.
Yeah,
I just hear Bobby talking. That's
Yeah, but see, I knew Bobby was gay from the moment I met him just because of his voice. He had that, like...
It's not his voice. It's just the way he speaks. It's just like the way somebody speak. Like you can see that for some reason. It's like some people don't see it, but like some people like just see somebody. It's like, oh yeah, he's gay.
Yeah, like, as soon as I saw Sean, as soon as he said hello to me,
Yeah.
I knew right away he was gay. From his voice.
but The difficulty I'm having with that is that, again, you're identifying people in such a way. Me, they're just fucking people. Who cares?
Yeah.
Whoever they are, they're just fucking people. That's it.
You know, and I'm not saying, what I'm saying isn't coming from a place of bad. I'm just saying, like, okay, he's gay, whatever. On to the next one. Whatever. Like, if I'm in a lineup, I say hello to everybody that comes in the lineup.
Sure.
Right? And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And the guy goes, hello, how are you? In my head, I'm like, okay, he's gay. Next.
But why would it... I
don't know. My brain just works that way.
The difficulty that I'm having is like, why would you literally go, oh yeah, he's gay. It's just who gives a fuck?
He's gay.
Who cares?
Even like accent, like I don't know, man. I've always been infatuated with accents. That's the first thing.
And it's you know what's funny thing about this though, like a lot of people that are homophobes.
Yeah.
Like for some reason they think the gay people wants to fuck them. Like no, like these are guys that can barely get a woman.
Yeah.
Dude, what makes you think the guy? Like the people in your team want to fuck you?
I will give credit to the gays. Two of the hottest fucking broads I ever fucked in my life was because of homos, or gays, whatever you want to call them.
Homos.
Yeah, well, I call Nathan my homo buddy all the time.
Okay.
But like, if it wasn't for his birthday, dude, any other opportunity, I would have never had a chance in the hell to fuck these broads. I don't care. It's the greatest fucking racket ever, too. Just the second greatest racket. It was Nathan's birthday. He wanted to go downtown.
Down in Toronto?
Yeah,
the
Gay
okay.
District.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go. What do you want me to do, right? Like, so I booked the night off, and I went down there. And I was still drinking at the time. And I was at the bar having a drink. And this guy came up and he started talking to me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, listen, man, I'm not gay. Like, you know, I'm just here with a.
When he started talking to you, that's how you started the conversation?
No.
Hey, listen, I'm not gay.
No. Okay, that sounds really bad. No,
it does.
It does.
So, he was making small chat with me and stuff.
Okay.
He's polite, not like, It's when he put his hand on my shoulder. Because he put his hand on his shoulder, he's like, do you come here often?
Okay.
And I was like, hey, listen, I'm here for my buddy's birthday. I'm not gay. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Then all of a sudden, first of all, the gay guy becomes your protector.
Yeah. That had happened to me before too. At the bar with my buddy. It was a fucking one of my buddy's birthdays. He was gay. We went to one of the bars downtown Toronto, and I'm having a drink, and my buddy went off to do something, and then this guy came up to me and like chatting me up and stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, what are you doing later?" I'm like, going home. He's like, "Oh, is that blah blah blah?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry, I'm not gay," right? Yeah. And then just ended up hanging out with this guy, really cool dude. And we had like, whenever like a guy come in and try to talk to him, he's like, he plays for the other team. Yeah, he's like my personal bouncer. He's like, listen, honey, he plays for the other team. Yeah, I'm like, all right, cool.
Another gay guy would come talk to me, and the gay guy would be like, he's not gay. I'm like, oh, okay, I can tell him. Like, you have to be mean about it. They become your protector. Like the first gay guy that hits on you, you say, no, I'm not gay. He's your protector.
I've had some absolutely fucking fantastic nights in various areas, and it's like fucking brilliant,
dude. I was shocked. Listen, the girls in there, ridiculously hot, like 9s and 10s and nothing less. The whole night I'm thinking, man, what a fucking waste of pussy. I'm all lesbians. I'm fucking sitting, I got a fucking hard on. I'm like, this is the worst situation in my life. Not a fucking broad I can fuck even if I wanted to. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Little did I know is that a lot of the fucking straight girls, excuse me, they go there because the guys think they're disgusting, so they don't have to worry about getting roofied.
Yeah.
And people groping them or trying to take them home to fuck them, like or rape them, and they have nothing to worry about. They're gay. The guys don't want them, right?
No, I mean it is going to a fucking, if you're a woman, going to a gay bar is probably the safest place to go to have a good night and get drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the problem is that they're so hot and bothered by the other hot gay guys that when they want to fuck somebody, they've got nobody because they're all gay, and then that's when you come waltzing in, and you're like, "Yes, I'm straight." And then,
Did you notice that hand movement?
Yeah.
come waltzing in, yeah. And you're just like, I'm completely straight. And next thing you know, in the back of the fucking car.
You were giving somebody a blowjob?
No, she was giving it to me.
Oh. You, as a guy, don't do that.
No.
As a guy, don't do
Oh, I
Just say you were getting a blowjob. Especially if you were talking about going to a gay bar.
Yeah. And then do it like, what the fuck? Okay.
But yeah, 2 of the hottest bras I ever nailed. Phenomenal.
There you go.
All because of gay bars. I'd go again in a second.
Oh yeah, man. It's honestly
But no fights.
It's a fucking good time, man.
You can fucking eat off the floors. I've never seen a bar so clean in my life. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And probably some of the best pizza I ever had too.
I don't like pizza.
No one asked you.
Don't like pizza.
You fucking commie. But I went to a Ring of Honor event over there.
Yeah.
At the Maple Leaf Gardens.
Yeah.
And me and my buddy were like, what do we do? I was like, let's go have some pizza. So we go to this gay pizzeria. It was the best pizza I ever had.
Oh, was it just a pizzeria? Just because it's in the gay area of the town.
It's only full of pizza.
It's a gay pizza.
No, it was in Gay Town.
Yeah.
And it was just all they sold was pizza, nothing else. Pizza, Coke, Brio. It was a pizzeria.
Okay.
You might get a Panzo if you wanted to. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
And everybody served me with like, what would you like on your pizza? And they had their hands moving and stuff, but so I just assumed it was a gay pizzeria. I don't know.
I mean, the pizzeria itself was not homosexual.
No.
No.
It's maybe
just
the
a
people that was
pizzeria.
working in there
Yeah,
was gay.
Come on, of course. I didn't have a gay pizza. Fuck. I think I even tweeted. I put that on my Facebook. The day that I was like, because I remember it was in September. I had like have the best pizza ever, and it's in Gay Town. Who knew that the gays can make some pizza?
Oh fuck. The gays.
The gays.
Yeah.
What?
Never mind.
Listen.
Never mind.
We do love you for your simplicity.
We do. Yeah. I mean, that's
I am a simple person.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Like I don't mean any malice by it.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
I think that's one of the things because of the way that you are. I think that's one of the reasons why Gail wants to have this out and out discussion with you, because it's like you come across. I must admit, when I first met you, you came across as that, and I never even knew that you didn't like me. But anyway, that's totally by the by. The thing, you came across as this very brusque and very fucking fuck you sort of person. Do you know what I mean? Like
you came off as fucking ignorant.
Yeah, that's the terminology I'm really looking for. And you came and it's like, who the fuck is this fucking guy? You know what I mean? But then getting to know the things that you love, and then understanding it. And I mean, like with you, and I know that there's people who are listening. They have spoken to me because they know that I'm on here about wrestling and things such as that. They're all like, yeah, but he talks too much about fucking wrestling. Like, that's why we don't listen to it. I say, okay, I'll talk to him about it. We'll go on there. But because you have a passion of that, and it's exactly the same with you, Cal. You have a passion about something. Me, as a human being, I feel, and this is me, I feel obliged to go out and find out about that particular thing. Why you've got a passion about it, why you've got a passion about this, and why you've got about that. Because that only helps me grow. Mm-hmm. It's not a selfish thing that, I'll go out and now, like, pretend to be Dom's best fucking friend. That isn't the case. It's where it helps me grow, because I'm like, okay, I don't know fuck all about that. And the same with those cards. When we were there, we were having a conversation, and I was taking the piss, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is playing fucking silly games like that and everything? And then he started talking about these cards, the magic cards, and then showing me that, and I went, what the fuck? And it helps me grow as a person.
It was like worth $250,000.
$250,000?
Yeah, it was fucking insane.
Oh, fuck yeah, it was probably one of those cards that got printed in... The game's like 25 years old. So it's like like there are certain cards that got printed 3 times.
Like an area in flux, or I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know, but like there are certain cards, like depending on the grade, like obviously the older cards, they might be scuffed up and bad condition. Like so, they actually have like a grading. Grade
I've
those
seen
cards,
that before.
Right?
Yeah,
and it's like depending on like if it's like one of the first print runs of the cards. And you have it in like say a 9.5, like the freaking thing worth shit ton of money.
The one that was $250,000 was a 10. It was a Beckett approved. It had the seal and everything. It would come with the seal and everything. They wanted $250,000.
Yeah, certification or something.
Oh yeah, insurance certificate and stuff.
The whole thing. I'm like, fuck me. Are you kidding me?
I've said it once. I've said it 100 times. If I'd have known this when I was selling drugs. Why no one fucking... Why nobody told me about these fucking magic cards and be like, listen, you're not going to go to jail and it's a paper. Nobody's going to come to your house to shoot you.
And it's funny, too, because like in Oshawa, I got my buddy Zane, and his dad, like, he started playing like around the time the game came out.
Okay.
Like his cards, like his personal collection is in a fucking safe.
Yeah.
Like his own personal collection, like if he were to sell it, he could just buy a house.
Yeah.
Not put on a down payment. He could just outright buy a house.
Well, I was looking at some of those. There was various different, when you were showing me, there was all different levels of I'd have to really research it, but and there was you went from the $250,000, then there was one at $3,000, and then there was another one at $92,000, and I'm like, are people fucking buying these? And he showed me, and it's like, yeah, people are really buying this. And then who was the guy who like gave you the fucking dolls?
Oh, Sean,
the Jew,
and he's talking about that, and same thing, and he's like, yeah, they really are, dude. Dude, that's a question. Right. Is dude gender specific? Is it about a guy, or can girls or anybody else be called?
It's gender specific.
Is it? Is dude?
Yeah, because if you have a girl, it's a dudette.
Yeah, but I heard girls talk to each other.
Yeah.
As in like, hey, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also heard white people drop the N-bomb on each other. Like,
that's disgusting. I mean, no, fuck
make it right.
But it's I'm of the thought that when you call a dude, I've got a very, very good friend down in California, and she uses it all the time, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's dude. And I'm of the same thought, really. It's just
like,
dude.
I don't care. I really don't care.
I never really used the word dude anyways. I think I had a little statement when Bill and Ted was around.
Yeah.
You don't use dude?
Not really. I use bro a lot.
I usually use bro like, hey man.
Yeah, and that's
pretty much.
Yeah. You know what?
I usually just call people by their name. Unless I'm like specifically like freaking like sending you a Facebook message or you a Facebook message.
So fucking shit at names. Like, really. I can recognize faces like there's no tomorrow. It's dead easy.
Honestly, like
names, shit.
Like oh no, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, just people that I know. Like,
right.
Like I would never fucking come up to you at the bar and say, yo, what's up, dude? I'm like, yeah, hey, what's up, Will? Yeah. Like, hey, what's up,
yeah,
okay.
Like,
I'm just fucking just drop the dude. And I never actually say that word either.
Yeah,
I do. I say it quite a bit.
But I say bro a lot. And a lot of people are going to roll their eyes. I got it from Hulk Hogan.
Oh, fuck.
He just says brother all the time when he talks.
You should say brother.
But see, then I just shortened it up to bro.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. But I got that from Hulk Hogan.
Eat your vitamins, brother.
Yeah. What you gonna do, brother?
I was watching. Coming back onto the wrestling theme and looking at things that maybe you could tell me who it is. I have no fucking clue who this guy was, but I was looking through YouTube and he's serious. I mean, he's speaking. The way the guy is talking, you can see as he's speaking, his fucking veins are popping out of his skin.
Sounds like the Ultimate Warrior.
And like, and I mean, bodybuilder, obviously, like massive, but he has a bandana on. Not Hulk Hogan. I know who Hulk Hogan is.
Yeah.
I can't stand the fuck. And only because of the way that he tried to kill the freedom of the press and everything else. But that's another fucking story. But this guy, he was very, very tanned, very dark curly hair. So you may know who he is. I can't fucking remember. But it was when he was speaking from here.
Yeah, bandana on?
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
Macho
Man.
Yeah, it sounds like Macho Man.
That's
Yeah.
a Macho Man.
Fuck. And I mean, yeah. Again, appreciate the acting and all the things that they go through.
He wasn't acting. No. Apparently, the story is that that's exactly how he spoke all the time.
Really?
Yeah. That wasn't him
Holy
talking.
fuck. Could you have a conversation with that guy? No.
Oh, I would.
No.
I can have a conversation all the time. I can sit there for hours. Anyways, so people don't roll their fucking eyes.
So you got it from that. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I
But
got
I copy.
that's where
I
got
copy
brothers
people
from.
do it. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
I
And that's only because I'm so fucking bad with names.
I remember saying dude like a little bit because of Bill and Ted, but that was about it. Or dude, where's my car?
That was a stupid movie.
Yeah. Dude, sweet. Yeah.
Which movie was that? I don't know.
Dude, where's my car?
Is that what they call?
It's
Oh,
actually
okay.
called Dude, where's my car?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, Stifler's in it.
Yeah, Stifler and the guy. I can't remember his name, but
The guy from the 70s show.
70 Show. What's his name?
The one.
Never watched it.
The one who.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Oh, I know him. Yeah.
He was in
Yeah,
it.
Ashton Kutcher and Stifler were in it.
Yeah.
They were the stars of the movie. And it was like they're just two stoners that lost their car.
Basically, they're trying to find their car.
Yeah.
That's the movie.
They got stoned
There you go. That's
on a
fucking
Friday.
Hollywood for you. Yeah.
They got stoned on a Friday and they spent the Saturday trying to look for the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And yeah, that's how they would talk. They would, like one gay would go, dude, and the other would yell, sweet.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
Nah.
Although, every time Stifler comes on the screen, anytime I watch something, I love him. I love Stifler. You didn't watch American Pie?
No. Oh, American Pie. Oh, wait a second.
The guy that try to nail everything that walks.
No.
And then what's his name?
I know that the guy is that the guy that got his dick stuck in the cherry pie or whatever.
No, that's the lead guy. But his buddy who was always hyper.
Yeah.
Hyper, he always want to get pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's
then-
literally
and then-
trying to get pussy.
No.
And then Finch ends up sleeping with his mom.
Yeah, Stifler's mom.
The geek of the group fuck Stifler's mom.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch that. I'd have to watch it again. It's got to be years old now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
They had like 4 like actual movie theater sequels and bunch of like DVD only crappy sequels.
Yeah, because
Oh,
Stifler's
okay.
nephew.
and the brother and
Yeah.
whatever. But
Stifler-
yeah.
But apparently there's another sequel coming out in theaters too now.
Yeah, apparently another one. I don't get it. Like, you know,
The 20th anniversary, I think it was the 20th or 30th anniversary, and then they're like, you're
It's
gonna be in
anything,
Vegas.
but that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood trying to control it in such a way that they control the narrative of what we watch rather than
sequels and freaking remakes.
it's terrible. I mean, you look at what Hollywood. As much as I love the superhero thing, they're great, they're wonderful, fantastic. But they've now seen the opportunity of saying, right, okay, where we're going to make these millions is now just continue to make superhero movies,
And
and
it
it's
sucks for me.
fucking stupid all the time.
It sucks for me because I don't watch those movies. I don't Like
It doesn't really suck for you if you're not into it. You're not wasting your money going to the movie theater.
No, but sometimes I like to go to the movie theater. Like, honestly, bro, I haven't been to the movies since the Tupac and Biggie movie came out. Yeah.
Man, the movie I want to watch, obviously, me and Megan are going to go watch Black Panther.
Yeah.
But the movie that I really want to watch is, there's one, I think, called Den of Thieves. It's Gerard Butler and...
Denzel Washington's in it?
Denzel's not in it. It's
50's in it.
50 Cent's in it, and Ice Cube's son's in it. O'Shea Jackson.
Yeah, O'Shea.
Like, it's called Den of Thieves. It looks really good. It got that Training Day vibe.
Oh, I've got you.
Because Training Day was like, that movie was fucking great.
I'm almost certain Denzel is in this.
I didn't see him in any of the
Gerard Butler, 50 Cent, Pablo Schreiber, O'Shea Jackson, Jones Jr., Evan Jones, Don Howard.
No, if freaking Denzel was in it, his name would have been in the front.
No, because they were going in order. Denzel Washington would have made him last. In his thing. Are we disturbing you over there, old man?
No. I'm
looking
looking up the movie and
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, but see, I've only seen two comic book movies. Batman and Superman. I've never seen an X-Men. I've never seen Justice League.
Really?
Yeah, I did this.
Well, didn't really miss much on Justice League.
No, I'm just. I would
Didn't
know.
you like that? No?
I would know, man. The last two movies I went to see in the theater, and I used to go all the time.
Yeah.
It used to be a point where like every other fucking month, there was
Yeah.
a movie I wanted
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
Was Tupac and Biggie's biopic,
Yeah.
and then
Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton
Yeah.
before that.
That was an actually really fucking good film. Straight Outta Compton.
I haven't seen it.
It's
it's
you have to
fucking
watch it.
phenomenal.
And the thing is, like, if you buy like the DVD or the Blu-ray,
Yeah.
like obviously they had to cut a bunch of the movie. It's supposed to be like a 3-hour movie,
Okay.
but they have to cut obviously a whole bunch of stuff to fit it into a 90-minute or hour 45-minute frame.
Yeah.
Right. So, but like if you watch the movie in like the director's cut, which is like the whole movie without anything being cut, that movie actually got better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
never seen it.
I didn't even see the directors. I saw the original in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went 3 times in a week to see it in the theater. It was phenomenal. I loved that movie. It was like bringing me back to my childhood. Like the first time I ever heard Straight Outta Compton or Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Man, I was hooked from that day for hip hop music. Yeah. Yeah, it was something about Boys in the Hood, like driving in the streets with my 6'4".
My first song ever, like anything hip hop rap that I've ever heard was Gin and Juice, and then that's what started
Really?
me. Yeah, Gin and Juice is the first one.
As soon as I remember, I'll never forget where I heard it. I was with my friend. Her name was Jamila. Her brother was driving us to the mall, and he had like a fucking old school like Cadillac, but not like nothing souped up or anything. It was like this was like the early 90s. It wasn't like the way it is now. We put hydraulics and shit. I remember just putting the tape in.
Yeah.
As soon as you put the tape on, it was easy. He comes on, I was like cruising down the street in my 6'4", and then from that fucking time, from that moment, hip hop was part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it was just, I don't know, man. But those are the last 2 movies I've ever seen in the theater, and there's nothing coming up that I want to see.
Yeah.
Except for
I want to see the Black Panther. I want to see that.
Yeah,
one.
that movie looks really
the
good.
Den of Thieves. Yeah, but see, I'm not interested. Like, it doesn't. You guys all.
And the thing is with like superhero movies now, like freaking certain like now, like you have like literally how they made like just the Marvel comics themselves, how they made like their movies is from 2008 and on. Like it's certain movies you have to watch like consecutively to actually get the bigger picture. They created their own this universe
the
where
Marvel universe,
all the movies and all the characters connect. Right? And it's like freaking, they would do like 5 movies and one big one with all of them in it. And then like 3 or 4 more movies and another big one with all of them in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like freaking.
The only thing on that, and I know as a kid I was the DC comics. They were the ones that I was really into at the time. And
You had them back then?
yeah, even when we were a kid, yeah, we did. They came out in the 50s. I'm not that fucking old, for fuck's sake.
I'm picturing like the Flintstone book with like the guy sitting there chiseling the fucking comic up.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's fucking good shit. Good shit.
You fucking asshole, now.
No,
See-
but the thing was, like, initially you didn't see the Flintstones in colour because we just had a black and white TV. But
Yeah.
that's all we had.
That was my brother.
Oh, okay. Hi, brother.
That's the thing too, right? That's the thing too, right? Like freaking, you got.
Sorry, guys, we having guests here.
Hi, guys.
Got a guest.
Matt, how are you? They're not gonna hear you. Anyways, this is Matt, guys.
Hey, nice to meet you, bro.
This is
How you
Brandon.
doing, man?
This
Good.
is Will, the communist bastard.
That's true. I wish.
And that's pork chop.
I am not a fucking pork chop.
Who's pork chop? Yeah.
I am
A
not.
man bun today, by the way. There you go. Man bun.
I want to cut it off so bad.
You kept fucking playing with it last night. Jesus.
Shut up,
Fuck.
bro.
You were playing with his man bun?
He was playing with my man bun last night. He fucking was. Like, what? I'm wearing this tomorrow.
I literally wanted to fucking pull it and cut it. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Jesus Christ, man.
Fuck yeah.
You see my Eminem toys?
Playing with freaking Will's man bun.
Yeah.
I want to cut it off, dude. Like I'm convinced I'm gonna cut it off one day.
Why?
I don't know, man. It looks like something you should be 12 have. Shut up.
Yeah. There you go.
But I'm aging gracefully.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what you fucking think?
Not a gray hair in sight, my friend.
Oh, grey hair's good.
Look at my brother V comes and he's all salt and peppered up.
Sophistication. Dignity.
Oh,
Dignified. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. Old age, dying, death.
No.
Goodbye.
No. I caught those two fucking chicks checking my ass out last night. That was funny.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who was that?
This was at the General.
Did you get any action at all last night?
Not last night. No, I
I
didn't.
struck out twice.
I didn't. Not last night. No. But then again, I'm not like you. I don't go fucking chasing it.
I don't chase it.
Just happens.
Dude, first of all, I don't chase shit. You can vouch for that. Second of all,
We waited for you to fucking say that.
What?
To vouch for
do I
it.
chase for the pussy over there?
I don't know. Aren't you on POF?
Yeah. Oh, I chase it there.
No, let's change the. You can true Italian. True Italian. You know what I mean?
Classic pork chop.
Hey. I am not Portuguese. I am not an Italian with Down syndrome. That's what Portuguese people are, just for your record.
I just can't fucking no.
Why?
That's too insultative. It just is. It's just fuck no. Oh man.
You might as well get used to it.
No,
Everybody else
I'm
has-
used to it. I'm used to it, but it still makes my eyes roll every time you do shit like that. I mean, it's like, oh fuck no, really?
Who was at the fucking bar yesterday? I think it was Sam. And like they were doing the skiing. There was like the stunt skiing
Yeah.
on the Olympics.
Oh okay.
Like the ski jump?
Yeah. And it's Chinese Canadian. No. It wasn't a ski jump. They actually had rails and stuff like.
Okay. Like freestyling, like the tricks, right?
Yeah, but it was like, the same stuff they would do on a snowboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the skis, okay.
Yeah, but it was skis and they were going
Okay.
backwards and stuff. But the Chinese Canadian guy fell, and I started laughing. He goes, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "What did you expect? You can't drive a car. You think you're just gonna ski backwards?"
Fucking hell. Fire. Oh my fuck.
Obviously, I know they can drive. I'm just trying to be funny. And Sam just shook his head.
Fucking the controversy there. It's like, no.
Oh, come on. It's all in good fun. Listen,
Yeah.
and I'm the first one to make fun of myself, dude. I've always said my favorite joke has always been, why do Italian guys grow mustaches? To look like their mothers. It's my favorite joke. I don't care. Or if you take 2 clumps of shit and whack them together, what do you have?
What?
Two what?
2 clumps of shit and you whack them together, what do you get?
I don't know.
A wop.
Oh. And I took you to task on that last night.
What?
About the
Saying I'm a wop?
The wop term. It's
Whatever, it's a wop. You don't have the pass yet.
sure. As if I'm ever going to fucking use
You
it.
just used it.
I took you to task on that. What the fuck are you listening to? Seriously.
We are not in the same fucking conversation
No.
here.
Listen, the wop thing is just the same as like pork chop, the N-bomb, whatever other racial term you want to use.
Exactly.
Yeah, only I can say it.
Okay.
And you give the pass out to certain people who want to say it, and that's fine. I give it to him. He has the pass. It's in there.
I didn't know I had the pass, but I called
It's
him
in-
that
it's-
anyway.
it's in
Yeah?
Once.
Really? No. Fuck.
It's in the wallet.
You gotta take.
I don't particularly want it, to
It's
be
like a
honest with you.
picture
No.
ID, I guess.
No,
Dude,
I don't want it.
it's stupid to hold yourself back on shit like that. Come on, like...
Well, if somebody
But-
don't want to fucking call somebody the N-word or fucking call him a wop, just let him not call him that.
But I'm not. I'm not holding myself back.
No, but the thing is, he was...
There
like,
was a time in my life when I would have readily fucking said it and done all the other fucking shit
He
as
has
well.
grown.
But thank you.
Oh, he's been distinguished with his gray hair.
What about that fucking?
That's what he just fucking said.
It looks distinguished.
Yeah, and now I won't use the fucking wop word because I have gray hair and fucking bullshit like that.
Where did you get to there? How from there to there? How the fuck did you do that?
Pretty easy, actually.
It's like, fuck off.
It's just fucking confusing sometimes. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No.
Yo, my
Like-
from...
Me or him? Or-
Oh, me.
Him,
No, it's
yeah.
me he's talking about. Matt can tell you, man, he's known me for years. My fucking brain just works differently than
Like this,
anybody
guy,
else's.
like this guy has no idea
Man,
how
am
to
I right?
segue from a
Yeah, see?
yeah. Like this guy have no idea how to segue into a different from one conversation to the other one. It's like he would ask me something, and then I'm just like going on about it, and then like he's like, yeah, but what do you think about that? I'm like, but that's not what we're talking about.
No.
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 No, he has to slow me down. He's like, whoa, calm down.
Like, calm the fuck down. Like, let's talk about what we were first talking about.
See you
Later,
later.
bro.
See you later. Hey.
What? The Eminem action figures.
Dolls. He's got some dolls.
They're not dolls. They're action figures.
Oh, really? The dolls. The fucking dolls.
Did you just call me a fag?
He did. That
He
was
did,
it.
yeah,
Not
he
me.
Did, he did.
Not me. I wouldn't use that terminology.
No.
Well, I know my brother would.
Yeah.
I think he calls Nathan that too.
The dolls.
No, they're not.
No, they're not fucking action figures. They're fucking dolls.
If for a boy they're an action figure, if they're a girl, they're dolls.
See?
See that? That's,
See?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
What? I
It's
still
your
don't
black
get.
and whiteness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between? Okay, let me ask you something. Okay,
We're gonna shoot down like 20 questions now. Okay.
What's the difference between an Eminem doll? I'm sorry, action figure, and a fucking Barbie doll? They're both posable. You can do shit with them.
One's for a girl, one's for a boy.
So?
The action.
And why are
figures-
they specifically for a girl or for a boy?
Because one was made for a girl, and the other one was made for boys. 3. What am I, a tobacco farmer?
You could be.
Who else is here? Oh, for the old man? Oh, okay. Never mind. The old man's having a cigarette.
Okay. Whatever.
Whatever. Okay. Anyways, this was made for a boy. Action figures are made for boys.
Now-
So you're telling me that was not made for somebody that was female that liked Eminem?
Yeah, then it's a doll.
Then that would become a doll.
No, if she buys it, it becomes a doll.
I'm so fucking
Honestly,
wiped
man,
out with that. Gender specific because it's because of this and blah blah blah. And like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Listen, I live a simple life. That's it, man.
No, that isn't simple.
Sure it is. It's black and white. That's it. There's no in-betweens.
No, there's so many in between. It's just fuck. I just, like.
I don't get
It's an Eminem doll if it's for a girl, but it's an action figure if it's for a boy.
Yeah.
How would you be with your children? Say you had a boy and a girl.
Yeah. What would happen if you had a son and your son wants a fucking Barbie doll?
How old does he want this Barbie doll?
Like when they're fucking young.
Doesn't matter.
He doesn't get Barbie dolls. I'm sorry.
You just take him to the toy shop, like they're fucking like.
And what's a Barbie doll?
2 or 3 years old.
No,
like,
he can buy the Transformer.
Okay.
But he doesn't want it.
Then
But he wants a Barbie doll.
No.
Why?
Cause I just no.
Why?
Why though? What's your why? Why would you not want him to have a Barbie doll?
Listen. I'm his parent. At that point, he does what I say. That's it. When he's older and he wants to play with dolls, listen. If I had a son, he grows up and says, "Dad, I'm like a 16, 17. Listen, I'm gay." I was gonna say homo. I'm gay. Son, I love you. I'll support you. Whatever you need, bring your boyfriend down.
But just because he's wanting now, I can see where your mind is working there. You're taking the question and saying, okay, son, you're gay because you're buying a Barbie doll, and then in adult life, and then he comes to and you're saying that's fine. To me, it makes.
But like that's the thing though. Like just because you're like 2 or 3 year old go and pick up a Barbie doll does not fucking make him necessarily gay.
No,
but
it's just that they like that particular thing.
Yeah.
No, but then I'm looking at him. There's other things. Like, listen, I used.
But
to.
You're going to try and indoctrinate him into being a boy.
No.
Has to come up with this masculinity and saying, right, that's it.
Listen, I'm a masculine type of guy. Like I'm into like guy things.
Okay, but what if he isn't?
Well, then we're a whole deep held shitload of trouble, aren't we?
No, but that's a possibility.
It probably is a possibility. I hope not. Like I would be.
Yeah, how would you deal with that if
I have
that's
no
not
idea.
the case?
But then I have
Listen,
to.
if
I hope not, and then my next question is, it has to be why?
Because I've always had these dreams or aspirations of like taking my son to his first hockey game or his first wrestling match or all that stuff, and if he didn't like any of that, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, like what if you're to say you have a son, right, and end up being like some of those kids that like he would play say Pokemon or Magic, and it's like that's what he likes. He doesn't like sports because a lot of those about 8 out of 10 of those people, like the people that usually play those kind of games, are usually not into sports.
Okay.
Right? So it's just kind of how it is, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like how about if your son is somebody that just like not into sports, just like what he does is like stuff he watches like freaking like Japanese anime and stuff like that. It's like, well, how would you
because I can't relate to that. So I wouldn't know how to read.
And you wouldn't even try though? Like if that's what you're saying,
I would try, but
you would not try to actually.
I would try because obviously I got to be there as a parent to figure out like, there's other. To me, there's a lot more than just being a parent, but like I said, I would always want to have my kid like to take him to his first hockey game.
But this is the same that when I was speaking earlier about your interest in wrestling. The reason why I went and found out about it is because you have an interest. So
exactly.
My son, my daughter, they tell me that they've got like Emily. You look at her. She's got this fucking thing with makeup and cars and everything else. So me as a parent, I went out, found out about fucking makeup. Now, me being able to talk about blushing and foundation and fucking structuring on the face and all that sort of stuff. Now, what the fuck are you talking about? To a guy like you, like gay. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But I can now have a discussion with a chick, and then we can talk about all these various different things. I don't know the fucking brand names and shit like that. I haven't got a fucking clue. No. But when it comes down to how they put,
right?
Yeah, of course.
It's honestly that's a thing though, right? Like when you're a parent, it's not about what you like. It's about what they like.
No, and I get that.
And
But,
get
I
taken
mean,
interested in their
and you know what?
life.
And maybe when I do have kids, that whole idea, because I mean, like I said, I went from complete homophobic, like, to like, okay, well, they're not what I thought they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe by the time I have kids, then I'm going to be open to like, okay, well, if he wants a Barbie doll, get him a Barbie doll. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I grew up with those things, and that's just, I don't know. I'm not one with change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you are. You're proving that.
Yeah. But that was like 15 years of
Like
change.
drastic
So?
change.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Like, you know, if I took my son to Toys R Us and went to, like, if I spoke right now, I had a kid, and we went into Toys R Us and he went right for the Barbie dolls, I wouldn't know how I would react.
Now you have this same child and everything else. Okay, you've got this child. So what happens now? They're 3 years old or whatever. You then hand over and say, "There you go. This is your first cigarette." Would you do that
As a 3-year-old?
at any age?
No.
Okay.
No, because I know the ramifications of what can happen to him.
Exactly. So what's the ramifications of him wanting a fucking Barbie doll?
I don't know what it is.
None. It's just
Well, like you said it took you like, you know, it was more of a, you know, the way of thinking, you know, just like with gay people, it was like a slow process, right?
Yeah.
And okay, now, like right now, you don't have any kids. Start thinking about that kind of stuff. What if my child that I will eventually have, say whatever 10 years down the line, is not
Because I've
up to
I've gotten to
like,
the point where, like I said, if my son or daughter said I'm gay, I'll be like, okay, whatever. I'm okay with that,
okay.
right? But I mean,
But that's turning around and saying that there is a specific norm, and that's where my difficulty is. Is like you're saying this is what we now constitute as being normal, and as that's normal, then it comes down to people who have different sexualities where they are fearful, seriously fearful of just being themselves because they can't be that because of this so-called perceived norm. And it's fucking ridiculous that is the case. Absolutely ridiculous. What should be the norm? The norm should be all-encompassing and say, okay, whatever.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, yeah, and I'm trying to get to that point. But he's like, dude, listen, my nephew, like for his birthday, for Christmas, like I buy him like boy toys. Like I legitimately
yeah.
like you know, a WWE belt, Air Jordans, like things that like boys, in my head, boys want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I mean, I don't know any better.
I'm not saying no. I'm not having a go at you on
I'm
that.
not taking it at all. I don't mind explaining myself.
No, that's fine. But it's this. It's when you come to this where it's like gender specific things, and then it's come down to this what is called constituted as normal, right? People have been indoctrinated to believe that is the case when it isn't. You know what I mean?
I know, and there's other things that like.
You've been conditioned that way.
Yeah, like but then there's like, are bronies normal? Bronies. Bronies, you know what a brony is, right? Yeah. Like the guys that are sexually attracted to My Little Pony.
Oh yeah, okay.
No,
yeah.
And like they said they were watching since they were little kids.
And then watching and then there's furries and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, they're furries, yeah.
Yeah.
So like. Am I I'm worried like okay he goes and picks out a My Little Pony, is he gonna end up like them? Like you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about if he's gay. Listen, I took my goddaughters to a My Little Pony movie.
Think of it as this though. Think of it as this. When you went to that gay bar, did you turn gay?
No, but gay's not the problem.
No. That was just an example, though. Just because your son went and picked up a My Little Pony toy doesn't make him sexually ended up being one of those people that like become sexually attracted to My Little Pony.
And I said my daughters. I didn't think it was my other friends' kids.
But we are. You see, the thing is, what we're doing. I personally think the generations that are here, we're putting so much fucking pressure on kids. Instead of just allowing them to be fucking kids.
But see, that's the only thing. I don't remember ever having any pressure on to pick the G.I. Joe or the Transformer over the Barbie doll.
No.
No, because that's what you liked.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Man.
Yeah, but it's the other side of the coin, right? It's the pressure is where if that kid go and pick up the Barbie doll instead of the GI Joe or the Transformer,
Yeah.
that's where the pressure is. Like I when I got my toys, like I usually got my Transformers toys or my Ninja Turtles toys,
Yeah.
right? But but when you're a boy, you're picking all the boy action figures.
Yes.
It's not a problem.
No.
Obviously. But if you're a boy and you go pick up something that's only for girls, and then you become you have the parents where like, yeah, you know what? Let's not go there. You pick something else that's
But on that, I appreciate that argument. But the other side of that is where somebody, and I've actually heard this in some of the circles that I mingle in, right? Where no, don't let him have that. Force him to have the Barbie because that gives him more of an idea of gender equality and da 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 da. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
See, for me, like it's just one thing. It's just one thing. Your kid goes, looks at a toy,
Yeah.
whether it's a girl toy
I
or a
don't
boy
care.
toy, doesn't matter. Whatever they like, they picks it up, they have it. That's
Yeah.
it. You know,
It's a toy.
Like, it's like, yeah,
It's just a
you
toy.
know what? You're right though. There are people that specifically buy girl toys for their boys for like the whole, gender equality and stuff like that. No, that is not. Just teach your kids to be fucking respectful. Like that's all there is. That is all there is. Your toy is not going to make a thing any different.
No,
The toy is a toy.
Maybe it's just be overprotective. Like, dude, I don't even have kids. I'm already thinking about it. But like the kids got to go to school. And I used to be a bully. Listen, if I seen a kid with a Barbie doll, I'm.
But
like,
don't you have to address the bullying rather than the kid having a fucking toy?
But I don't know, man.
Like you can't stop. Like exactly. Like it's like basically telling your kid not to like things you like because of other people.
Yeah.
Or you just tell the other people to just fuck off.
And you're right.
Yeah,
No,
but-
and exactly, because I feel like a hypocrite because I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks of me. Like I'm telling the kid, like, okay, listen, let's get the GI Joe, bro. Like,
Yeah, because Mr. fucking Smith down the street might say this, or his
Mr.
kid.
Smith said, "Me, I might punch you in the face, and
Yeah.
we got a problem here."
Yeah.
Like like I'm torn by that. I've always been torn by that. But like, at the end of the day, what do? Like, let him walk around with my, and then like, will he turn into a brony? Like, I don't know, man. Like,
And the thing is, like, one of the things that
Okay.
from what I've seen in like high schools, well, in like Canada,
Yeah.
like, well, my buddies' kids, they're growing up. They're one of them in high school now, and like one of the things I've seen is just that the dynamics that we went to high school is not the same now.
No.
It's
No.
the people that you bullied. There are more of them in high school than the people that bullies them.
You see, the ridiculous thing when I was in high school, we still had caning and all those various different corporal punishments that we had. And what you hear now is people saying, "Let's go back to giving the cane in schools to give kids discipline and to do that." You know something? I was never ever hit by my father. Never, never hit, not once. But by fuck, I was terrified of him. Yeah. Seriously. But the reason I was terrified of him is because my discipline was specific to that particular thing that happened.
Yeah.
Right? And I respected him 100%. Completely. Because I know that I fucked up and what he did was say right there. And it was forgotten. That was it. It was over with. It was done. That was the punishment. That's it. Done. But never once did he raise his fucking hand to me. Ever. Wow. And people, you hear so many people today saying, "Oh, let's go back to corporal punishment. Let's go that." And you hear them. I've even seen my own family post things where they say, like, stick them in national service, like do national service, make them a soldier for like 2 fucking years, and then that'll give them the discipline that they need. Guess what? They're already fucking lost at that point because they're 18 fucking years old.
Yeah.
It isn't putting people and saying, okay, regressively what we're going to do is now make you a fucking killing machine because you were a little brat. That's bullshit.
Wow. That I don't know exactly. I'm not. I don't know what I would. I don't know what I would do if I had to go to the army. But like with the kid thing, like I don't know. Maybe I overthink things. Maybe it's my ADD.
I think you are a little bit overthinking it.
Because
like you're thinking like, oh, it's like, oh, what if this, what if that? I think it's just when it actually happens, like you're just gonna, you just got to look at it as that's what he likes.
Yeah. You know what?
That's it.
It's easy to say something now when I don't have a kid, rather than when it actually happens.
Even worse. I mean, if he starts supporting the Bruins instead of
Oh no. No.
Yeah.
No, it's true. If my kid likes hockey, he's gonna like the Leafs.
The only teams that would be played in my house would be the teams I like. That is it.
Oh fuck.
Like there are certain teams I can tolerate. There are gonna be teams that no way. Like Montreal, hell no, move out. Leave.
I don't even care if you're 2 years old. You say you're a Habs fan, get the fuck away from me.
You're about to get your own job, boy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
The Canadian way.
Fuck. Or if he comes home and says, "Dad, I like to support AC Milan."
Well, that's it. That's the thing that
will not.
Emily, she. I was talking to Emily once, and she's like going into all this, and I'm like, "What's the matter? What is it? What's on your mind?" Because I'm talking to her. What's on your mind? What is it? What's it? She says, "I've got something to tell you, Dad."
Oh boy.
And she you could fucking hear her voice was fucking all this sort of shit. I'm like, okay, what is it, babe? What have you got to tell me? Real deep breath. She really, she was fucking like, oh my god, I can't tell my dad this, but
and you're at the point, like you're at this point,
I'm
you're
like,
thinking like she's coming out of the closet or something.
Yeah. I'm thinking, well, there's nothing to worry about at all. So just say what you've got to say. I'm here. I'm listening to you and all that sort of stuff. And she goes, I don't support Manchester United. She says, I prefer Huddersfield Town. I went, well, okay. What the fuck? But that is a kid.
She played you.
I know she could read. I mean, I was like, what the fucking hell?
That would be my kid's reaction. Dad,
that's fine. Okay.
Dad, can we have the talk? And I mean, the whole time he's, oh my god, he's gonna come out of the closet, which is fine. But in my head, he's coming out of the closet. I don't support the Leafs. Get the fuck out of my house. Get out.
But I was okay with it.
See,
that's fine. No problem.
I give credit to my old man. He didn't care either.
No,
because my brother likes AC Milan.
Oh, okay.
My brother, I don't know. He just did the opposite of everything else.
To you?
Yeah, like I love the Leafs. He likes the Kings.
Who are the Kings?
The Los Angeles Kings.
Oh, okay.
I like the Blue Jays. He likes the Braves. I like the Chicago Bulls. He likes the Lakers. Like just.
And you can't see a pattern working that.
He just does it like I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and he likes the Raiders. Like just, we could never be on the same page. I just think he did it to piss everybody off. Honestly, I honestly believe that he just picked his teams. Just I wonder what team is gonna piss everybody off at the moment.
Stuck with them,
and like the Kings. Okay, I'm a Kings fan. Well, that was partly my fault though too. When we were little, he'd be like, I like Buffalo sometimes, but I like the Rangers too." And I'm like, "No, fuck off. Pick one or the. That's it. Pick one team."
But there you go. That's exactly the point. That's the whole thing. You're saying no. You've got to do that. So if you actually did that to your son or daughter, because there are fucking daughters out there that actually like hockey. I don't know if you've ever seen them at the the stadiums, And then there you're going like, you've got to like this. You've got, and then all of a sudden the kids rebel and they go like, nah, fuck that.
See, that's the thing.
Guess what?
But see, that's the thing though. Now, if I took my daughter out and she wanted to buy a hockey jersey,
you wouldn't have a problem with it.
Not at all. That's the thing. I don't understand it.
It's that stupid fucking like macho man world we live in. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
It comes down to that social engineering and indoctrination.
Exactly.
I just don't get that part. Cause
I mean, just talking about that is like it's kind of the same thing. Like like you got like people that's in like abusive relationships. Like the people that come out and say I'm in an abusive relationship are the women. And if a man's in an abusive relationship,
exactly,
they would not come out and say it because then they're going to get called a pussy.
Or because of the ways that the social
because you're
dogma,
fucking less of a man. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is just how our society is, right?
I just don't understand it sometimes. Like, now that I'm thinking about, like, hockey jersey, Air Jordans. She wants to go to hockey. I'm like, yeah, I'd take her to these. Wrestling, yeah, sure, I'll take her to that. Like, I wouldn't have a problem with all these, like, boy things that, like, would that be catered for boys? And I'm just like, yeah, I would take my daughter to those.
What about figure skating? If she wanted to do figure skating,
Oh, fuck yeah! If the girl wanted to, I'd have.
What if your son wants
what
to
if your
do it?
son wanted to?
See, that's the thing. Now I'm just like, figure skating.
Ooh,
Like, and listen, I know
there's
that
some growth there. There's some growth there.
I know I'm not. Listen, I know it. But like, I'm just like, or like, if he wants to do the ballet, like, I'm just like, really? The ballet?
Why?
Dude, I don't know. My girl, if I have a daughter, she wants to play hockey. 6 a.m. Let's go. Let's go to practice. Let's go. Dad, can we have a recital? I'd freak out if my boy said that to me.
Why?
I have no idea. I have a fear of it. I really do, and I have no idea. And like I said, maybe
It's again because it's the things that you know, right? Things that you know, as long as your kids doesn't matter. Like,
But would you know
the
if-
things
why
that
I
you
wouldn't have
know.
the reaction to my girl doing it?
Well,
is-
it's something because she's liking something that boys would like,
Yeah.
quote unquote,
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
boys
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
right? So you have no problem with it. And if she likes girls or stuff that girls like,
Because
quote
she's a
unquote,
girl, it's okay.
Because she's a girl, it's okay. But when it comes to a boy, it's like unless you like
Would-
the quote unquote boy stuff, then you're just fucking weird.
Oh, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Would it be because like girls are more accepted to like play with toys like that? Like, I think it's more accepted for a girl to play hockey and join the wrestling team. Or,
I to be honest with you, one of the things I've noticed living in Canada is that girls really are promoted in such a way that it's okay to like these things. It's fine.
For
It's,
boys.
it's,
Yeah.
you know
Like
what I mean.
boys' things.
It doesn't matter. But I think, and you're correct in the sense, I still think that there's still that stigma. I don't know. You tell me, Cal. But I look at it that there is still that stigma for boys having to like boy
things, yeah.
rather than
Oh,
going
I'm-
across the board and
I'm
saying
the first.
it doesn't really
I'm
matter.
the first example of it. Like I'm worried. Like I don't even have kids. I'd be worried about it. I worry about it.
Yeah. And it's
right.
It's just how, like, it's kind of a social norm, right? Like a lot of people.
But there again, that's that we even utilize that language
Yeah.
and say it's a social norm. Now, it isn't.
it shouldn't be.
Well, it shouldn't be.
It
yes.
it shouldn't be. Like it shouldn't be a social norm. Like, if whatever you pick up, like, if you're a boy, like you wanna fucking go to ballet or
Yeah.
figure skating or whatever it is. I mean, he should be able to do that without people ridiculing him, like making him
and that
feel
and
like
that
a
includes
less of a person.
Yeah, and that includes his peers as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
going to
just like-
school.
just like a normal like.
yeah, who
It's
cares?
just something that he does, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
That's fine.
yeah.
Like why would you not? I mean, one of the things you do see, the normalization of society in one sense of acceptance of everybody being whoever they are, is you see the odd movie every now and again that brings it about. And you see one of the boys who instead of being an athlete is become a ballerina, a ballet dancer, and then you do that, and then all of a sudden all the school's behind him, and yeah, wonderful, but you don't actually see. Or I haven't. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I quite willingly say that I can be wrong. But you don't actually see what would happen to that guy by the bullies in that school, that they fucking give him all that shit
But that's
because
what-
he's doing it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking out for. I'm like, listen. Like,
And you know what though? Like what I've seen is like with like high school, just seeing my friends' kids go to high school. Like,
Yeah.
it's just freaking the stuff that when we were in high school that was bullied for, like fucking
Yeah.
being in drama class.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
whatever, that kind of stuff. It's like it's like the bullying right now, like from what I see in high school, it never happens in person. It's that cyberbullying crap.
Yeah.
Social media, right?
Yeah.
Like freaking. And the thing is, it's not because of what they choose to do in school. It's just people just being shitty fucking people.
Yeah.
Saying it's
Yeah.
like nobody likes you, go kill yourself, shit
Yeah.
like that.
I mean,
It's
but
not-
that you read so many other stories. Which, sorry for interrupting, but
Yeah.
you see all this fucking shit where they're telling each other to do that. Then it happens,
Yeah.
and then all of us, oh, I didn't really mean it.
Oh, shut up.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid little bastard. Just don't do it.
You just sit.
Yeah.
Go kill yourself. Like, I mean, this person. I mean, if fucking 100 people tell you every day to go kill yourself, and it's like, what are you going to do? Like, seriously,
Of
like
course.
you break somebody's mental stability down, where they're like, well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
there
it.
you go.
I'm
Well,
done.
I mean, it was the tapes thing on Netflix, and what I found on there, I watched them all, and I thought, you're talking about the suicide, and at the end of it, you saw people literally coming out with the argument, why are you glorifying suicide? I didn't fucking see that. I saw somebody who was fucking literally battered down as a human being to the degree that the only thing that she felt in her life that she could ever do is literally go,
Just
I'm
end
done.
it.
That's it. I finished.
I know.
That's wrong.
Nothing. I'm just.
What?
No, it's just like it's
Not meaning to make you feel in any way rotten about being a bully, but it's just something that needs to be addressed.
Oh,
And
no.
one of the things that I would do,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Carl, but is I would literally take people like you, a self-admitted fucking bully, and then say, right, okay, why did you do it? And then say it and speak to those kids and say to those kids, this is why I did it, because of whatever fucking reason it was that you did it. And explain there and then why that was so important in your life that you had to do that to another human being.
I would love to talk to kids about it. I would love to. It'd be my way of giving back.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because like you're looking at like a lot of high schools now, the kids that like like you would have freaking like made fun of. Those are the kids that run those schools now. Like it's just
Yeah.
the different generations. It's how it was the whole the jock, like
Yeah.
the popular kids, the jocks, kind of ran the school, and it's like anybody that's into art and all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're like, you're fucking weird, get the fuck out,
Yeah.
bully them. But like what? That's it's like it's a lot like I don't know why it's like just by looking in the Durham region in some of the school, like some of the schools don't even have like freaking sport programs.
Yeah.
Certain sports. Like mostly they have but they have their like the drama and all the different like art and like music programs.
Yeah, but I also
like
have a theory about that too.
Like that, like they have all of that, but like it's like certain like not a lot of schools like growing up in Scarborough, like pretty much like 9 out of 10 schools had a football team.
Okay.
Like
There was no choice.
they're like here, there's no freaking like no. It's for some reason like weirdly there's a rugby team. I didn't even know they actually played rugby in most schools.
Okay.
Like we had a rugby team when I was in Scarborough, but
Yeah.
but there was the Toronto District School Board actually had their their fucking league, their tournaments.
Yeah.
So like I didn't know it's like one team that has a rugby team, but the other 3 high schools that are in the area doesn't have a rugby team.
Okay.
I was on the volleyball team, just so you know.
Okay.
But what's your theory? You said you had a theory about it.
Theory
My-
about art and stuff like schools not having enough
Oh,
sports.
sports is because they're afraid of the concussion problems. You can't really have football now. No, nobody wants to have their son or daughter bashing their brains in at such a young age.
Isn't that
Well, high school football
Right.
has changed a lot different from when I used to play and now though. It's they have like the CFL and like NFL type like actually they take that shit seriously.
Yeah, but regardless,
so? They should.
regardless if they take it seriously or not, I don't think parents, listen, I love football. I love playing football, all that stuff. And again, if my son or daughter wanted to play, I'd be iffy about having them play.
Of course,
Unless-
because the medical evidence is it's like they stopped the fighting in I don't know what league it is, but it was the younger version of
anything below selects.
In hockey. They stopped the fighting because somebody's going to get, and they're stopping the heavy hitting when it comes down to smashing somebody into the boards and things like that. Because young brains, what are you going to do? They're not adults. They're not going to take that kind of damage the same way. And it's, to me, you hear some parents, and I heard some parents literally ranting and raving on about, well, why are we doing that? That's ridiculous. Can't take it out of the sport. Blah 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 blah. Like, are you fucking listening to yourself? You're talking about fucking kids here.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't blame my parents at all because at the time they didn't know. I'm sure my mom and dad wouldn't let me play football if they knew now.
But that's the whole thing. Yeah, you as you've evolved through the years. And as social policies develop through the years, why not sports policy? Exactly the same fucking thing. Absolutely. Well, and that may be like really, really fucking liberal thing, but it's saving their fucking brains from being bruised. Yeah, I've been there.
Well, I've been there. I got 14 on my so. Anyways, on that note, dude, we're at 210.
Okay, let's go close this shit off.
Close it down again.
Close it down. We got another 210. I like this, though. It didn't feel like 2 hours again.
No, it didn't.
No.
It didn't.
We had a few funny moments.
Yeah.
Plus, we got the bonus stuff.
Yeah,
we did.
That Will didn't know we were recording in the car.
No.
Don't put that on fucking air, for fuck's sake.
Huh?
Don't put that on the podcast.
What?
Oh, he'll bleep the names out.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Of course I'll bleep name out.
No.
Are you coming to see her tonight?
Probably.
Oh, you should totally come.
Oh,
I hope is there.
Oh, right. You're making it worse for him because he's going to edit this fucking shit out.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, beep, 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 beep. What the fuck are they saying? Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, by the way, when you're going back.
Oh, fuck.
The next 10 minutes will be beep, beep, beep.
Beep. That's all it's going to be. Absolutely. Beep, 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 beep. No.
I've had a great vacation. Well needed.
Yep.
So anyways, that's the end, boys.
Then, yeah.
You're going to go up and see your girlfriend tonight?
I wish. But what you've also got to add on at the end of that, if anybody's got this far, is like really seriously, we put comments down on the Facebook page or whatever.
Just comment. Like we got
anything.
We got Facebook.
Anything
you can comment on Podbean.
We haven't got Instagram.
Just like freaking just tweet us something. Like, if you're following us, tweet us something. If you're not, it's Savages Podcast 1 on Twitter, and Facebook is the Savages Podcast. If you're not already following us,
We have the quietest fans. I like it.
Well,
I don't like it. I like a challenge.
Yes, mention something. Just bang something on there and say whatever.
Hopefully next week we're going to have a special guest on, Will.
Possibly. We could be.
He might be calling from the grave.
Who?
Oh, it's a surprise.
I don't know.
From the great beyond.
Yeah. It'll be great. Don't worry, you'll love it.
Oh, right, okay. It could be somebody that I'm going to fucking get into an argument with.
Oh, no, I don't know how much of an argument you can get into a person from the dead, but...
Oh, okay. If they're dead, they're coming here. Okay, whatever.
No, they're going to be calling in.
They're calling in?
From heaven, yeah.
Oh, no. No such fucking place, as you know.
Well, what are you going to do, conduct an interview?
What?
His energy... Okay, well, his energy is going to be calling in.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
his spiritual energy.
His energy.
Spiritual.
His energy. Not spiritual energy. His energy is going to be calling in.
Comment on Facebook.
Yeah.
So on this note, Will's got to go home and jerk off thinking about...
Oh, no. I'm not. I'm going to photo shoot now.
What are you shooting?
It's a baby. She's invited me to...
Okay, well, there goes my jokes. Never mind.
No. Yeah, no. No, they bought this wonderful little... it's like a little knitted thing. And I'll show you the photographs, but there... And he's going to be sat in there in this little knitted thing, and then...
I thought when you were just going with your hand, I thought you were going to say that they bought a baby.
No.
They bought a child.
I think my brother had one for Gio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks cool.
Anyways, see you next week.
Yep.
Hopefully our guest comes through the spiritual.
And
Yeah.
comment, please.
Please do.
Please. We
Have a
do
good night.
need comments.
Have a good
Otherwise, and it's a good way to get a shout out.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of
Absolutely.
which, speaking of which, before we go, there's a weekend in June you may have to, or June or July that you may have to book off.
Okay. Me
Yeah,
book off from work. Oh, that's easy enough done.
because we're gonna be camping.
Oh Jesus, fuck.
We might be.
Camping.
Well, I'm thinking the closest like Howard Johnson, but yeah, we're gonna be camping.
Camping at a Hojo. All right.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air with the app too. Anyways,
Okay.
have a good night. Have a good week, guys.
Okay.
Later.
Bye.
All them who are hate we know, cause we have a little something. Have a energy, have a crowd pumping. Remember when me couldn't buy one thing, hand me rough people to stop belly cramping. Like them prefer me strapped with a long thing, hunting through every valley and mountain. Before you watch all this steak on the plate, remember me couldn't buy a chicken and dumpling. Chicken and dumpling, chicken and dumpling. Me never could have buy a chicken and dumpling. Me never could have buy milk in a one tin. Now we a drink champagne with a brown thing. Chicken and dumpling, chicken and dumpling.